What's up, guys? AWO Arrow Order. What's up? Hope you're all doing good on this Thursday. Okay, Degrassi, tell me in the chat when you come in. Okay. Tell me in the chat when you come into the chat, because I know you'll be in the chat. But yeah, welcome, guys. If you're checking my channel for the first time, you see what you like, make sure you subscribe, please. Please. Do that for moi. Okay? But yeah, welcome, guys. Okay. What's it? The chat's here? Yeah, okay, yeah. Tell me, Degrassi. I got a bit of announcement. I got kind of a small announcement, okay? This is a new show. Yes. Well, it really isn't a new show, but I made it into a new show because I've been detracting on this channel over the year anyway. Does she own a doctor? Oh my god! Oh my god! Oh, I know you're talking about now. Yeah, I don't know. I don't know. That's a good question. But yeah, so once again, I was saying this is a new show, but not really because I have been detracting on this channel before. I just haven't made an official thing out of this channel. But now since I do detract, I might as well make it an episodic kind of thing show. Blinded's here. Blinded's
Well,
here. What's up, Blinded? Welcome to my new show, the AEW
welcome,
Detracts.
welcome. I mean, thanks, Jesus.
I mean, technically, Blinded. This is really not a new show because I did solo, and you've been on some detracting shows with me. But you know
Yes.
what? I'm decided to make it a show. But I'm not going. I'm not. I haven't made a playlist yet. But once I do, I'm not going back to all my past detracting like episodes, videos and putting in that playlist. This is gonna be kind of like a fresh new start. The first episode. This is basically the first episode, even though it's not really my first detracting stream.
Right. Well, I mean, JesterBell deserves to get more people detracting her or debunking her because I feel like, we talk about all these other studs or whatever, these people on the anti-woke side. But I feel like JesterBell is one of these people who are walking a line that is worse than those people, to be honest. I mean, and those people are in deep shit, but I think some of the
Oh,
shit that she says is incredibly, incredibly disingenuous.
yes.
Which is saying something. If the anti-woke people like neurotic and those people uh aren't as disingenuous as her, that tells you everything. Now I'm
Yeah.
not sub to her anymore. I don't watch her videos. Her
Well,
videos are just rage bait.
I sub to people that I detract to because I kind of have to, right?
I can't we
I don't
detract
want to.
Grace and John Campia and some of these other people, but genuinely it is hard to watch her channel
It, it's hard to
for me,
detract great.
which says
It, it's
no, I'm
hard
not
to
talking about Grace
detract
Randolph,
Campio,
but
Yeah, her channel, yeah, for
Yeah,
sure.
yeah, yeah. JesterBell is hard to watch now. Like it used to be okay, maybe about I want to say a year ago, but now
Yeah,
it's insufferable, straight up insufferable.
but yeah, I was. Look. I wanted to track Grace today because she did a live stream earlier today, right, about Fantastic Four versus Superman pre-sale tickets against each other, right? And what the box office, at the end of July, what the determine of the box office, who's going to win the box office. But the thing is, she went on that topic for like a very long time, and I'm like, no, I can't detract Grace. I'm not doing like 40, 50 minutes watching her talk about 40, 50 minutes about that. I can't do that. This video is only 20 minutes, and this is not really about Fantastic Four per se, even though Fantastic Four is being mentioned in it. It's more about Pedro Pascal. All right, it's like she hates Pedro Pascal. She, she Call of Duty freak ops. Yeah, part of baby oil, Diddy oil, but she does not like Pedro Pascal. Okay, this is not 20 minutes. This is 17 minutes.
Mhm.
Okay,
Yeah,
and
she apparently hates. I mean, there's this weird group of people coming out now saying they don't like Pedro Pascal because he was dancing with some light wand or some, I don't know, and he was like pretending to lick it, and apparently that was like enough to like turn people on against him. I don't really know, but yeah.
there's already people. Oh, Pedro Pascal's in everything. Well, so
Yeah,
is
but
Groot.
it's turned less into that now.
Yes, it has. Um, I don't think so. I haven't seen her wear comic books. I've seen her wear shirts. Well, she's wearing Kirby in this video. Others
Yeah,
stuff.
she has like Kirby stuff, and I don't know.
Yeah. Okay, the
Yeah,
battle
our
channel.
new male figure, by the way. Why is Pedro Pascal our new male figure? I just think he's weird.
Masculine figure.
Masculine male figure. I'm stupid. I'm sorry. Masculine figure. Jesus.
And she mentions the time where I think the first trailer dropped of Fantastic Four. Now because I read some of the comments, and some of the comments were Pedro Pascal's gay. I didn't know that. I mean, I know no problem with that. Is that some people had an issue with some people are like, why was Pedro Pascal holding onto Vanessa Kirby's hand at the ABC when was it Good Morning America when they did the trailer for the first teaser trailer back in February, and some people
Hmm.
were like, that's so weird, weird. I'm
Is
like,
he
no,
gay?
I'm like, I
I
don't
didn't know
know.
that. I don't know. Yeah, I didn't.
And
I
some
mean,
people,
he, I mean, he's like in how he's pretty. Isn't he in his 50s or going to be 50? I don't see
he's
him with anybody. Like they never really talk about that.
He's in his.
So
I think he's about to turn 50, or maybe just is a little over 50.
I mean they make fun of him so much because of the way that I mean on social media every time they take clips of him doing stuff and they go, "Oh man, this guy's weird" and shit like that, and it's like,
Like most
I mean,
actors,
you don't know. But here's the thing, it's like you're taking clips out of context, and he's also in an environment where he's familiar with people, and like if they're okay with it, well, like what's the problem? I mean,
I'm
unless
like,
they speak out, and then we go, okay, in that situation they weren't, but no
aren't
one knows that.
aren't most
So
actors weird? Like, not
yeah, I
others are
mean, well, let's
weird.
be honest. Most people are weird. I mean, the people complaining about this shit are weird. I mean, you have her on camera right now. She's weird as fuck.
Look
Jezebel's
at his
weird. I
face.
mean, and we only see her through her videos. You know what I mean? Like everybody's fucking weird. So I don't know. Like some of these people
YouTubers,
acting like everything is normal and shit, or
YouTubers
they're
are some
normal.
YouTubers are some of the weirdest people that out there. Like, I'm sorry, they're not okay. They're not. Hollywood celebrities are more sane and deal with fame better than YouTubers. It is. But yeah, so the thing about like Vanessa Kirby, because I think it was at the official trailer in February, right? The first trailer, she was holding on to Vanessa Kirby's hand, or it could have been Comic Con, but it's just one of those things. He was holding on to Vanessa Kirby's hand, and Pedro Pascal suffers from anxiety, right? He's not the only
Mhm.
actor that suffers from anxiety, and some people in the comments, it's kind of weird how I don't buy the excuse he was holding onto Vanessa Kirby's hand to help with the anxiety and make sure to show that it's okay. And I'm like, you
Mhm.
know, when people hold each other's hands just for anxiety, it's normal
Mhm.
if they get permission, right? Like,
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Like people are taking these like clips of,
yeah,
and it's like, yeah, but you like how you guys are looking from the one-sided perspective. This is what I'll never understand, right? Like there's an entire context that we don't know from these clips because first off, one, it's none of our business. We don't know their relationship. And if they're doing this publicly, chances are maybe they're comfortable doing that publicly. Like, oh, who cares? Like, I don't know. Some people I notice like they care way too much about how other people are acting, especially celebrities. I feel like obviously celebrities are already under a microscope, but like going after him, it's kind of weird. Like people are now, I've seen people accuse him of saying like something about his dad in the past with his dad, and his dad was a doctor and did some stuff, and it's like, what the fuck does that have to even do with him, right? Like,
sins of the
it's just
father. I
weird.
know the sins of the father type talk.
It's
Whatever.
just weird. It's just weird in my opinion. Like,
I feel like it's all. I feel like I know there was some of it before, but I feel that it became more rampant once they got announced as Speed Richards.
I mean, I think it's just it's just gonna keep ramping up. I mean, you
Of
have
course.
like Midnight's Edge who are already going at him for some reason. I don't know why, but
When they ran at the people defending him ran at him when Gina Carano got fired because Pesh Pascal, you know, his what did he say? He put pronouns or something in his bio or something like that. I don't think he has social media anymore, but he said something that the defendants didn't like, and he thought he should have got fired from Mandalorian. But like
right.
whatever he said, it's not bad compared to what Gina Carano was trying to do. Like,
Yeah, and how do we even know that Disney didn't even talk to him too? She
what's
was the
funny,
one that put that out there.
Disney was just trying. Disney warned her. They didn't fire her on the spot. They warned her a couple times. Gina Carano, two or three
Right.
times they warned her. She didn't listen. And and there's a mortality clause you sign with Disney. You have a contract with the company, a deal contract with the company. Yeah, his sister's a trans woman. Yeah, he's pulled trans women's rights. Yeah, thank you, Degrassi. That's something like that. Yeah. So whenever Disney was a studio, right, you're kind of representing the studio, right? And and look, right now, well, Tron Ares is in trouble right now.
Oh, because of Jared Leto.
Yeah,
Which is by the way that I mean it was dumb to cast him because I'm still looking forward to the movie, but I was pretty disappointed that Jared Leto was in it. I mean there's been always some type of rumor with Jared Leto. But for some reason he still gets cast. His movies flop, and I understand. Yes, he's an Oscar winner, but like
yep.
what
Oscar
fucking hit
winners.
was he in the last past fucking
Uh,
decade? It's
Let me just say this:
like
Oscar winners, they do end up getting more roles, but sometimes their next movies don't necessarily mean to get people get to see them, and it doesn't necessarily mean the film does well or people see it. Like
right.
Hollywood these days is not like that anymore, right?
I think
Pedro's
after he won an Oscar, Jared Leto, I feel like he's actually gotten worse as an actor. That's just
look
me
now.
personally.
Here's the thing now. Here's the thing now. So Tron Ares is in trouble. How long is this accusations or allegations against him going to be? Because he's also he's the lead character, but he's also the lead villain in He-Man. The reboot of He-Man.
Oh,
He's Skeletor.
really?
Yeah, he's Skeletor.
Oh boy.
Yeah, Yeah, like what? Right? I believe he's countersuing. He might be countersuing. I'm not sure, but yeah, he's Skeletor. See, like, and that's Amazon, right? Skeletor's Amazon MGM. Degrassi, correct me if I'm wrong, but yeah, I believe there was a movie that was supposed to come out from kind of an independent movie or something like that. It's supposed to come out, but now it's been postponed, delayed because of allegations. These are Gorgon. That's the Gorgon. Oh my god. Oh my god. That's the Gorgon. The rejected Medusa, the rejected sister of Medusa.
Hmm.
Yeah, like, and that movie, right? That Tron Ares comes out when October, right? So yeah, I don't know. So let's see what's this.
Controversy was caused by me a little bit
wait a
in
minute.
May as I did a video on Pedro Pascal.
Controversy was created by me in May. I did a video on. No shit, you knew we were gonna get controversy about it, right, Blind? She knew that.
Yeah, she didn't know that.
Yeah.
Sorry, I'm playing The Last of Us
That'd
2.
be a bitch 101.
Wait a minute. Wait a minute.
Now, the video, I looking at the like to dislike ratio and the comments overall, it was overall well received, but there was still a lot of dissent from it in the things that I was saying, talking about Pedro Pascal. Because here's the thing, Pedro Pascal has been everywhere, like to the point where it's not just a fringe.
Okay, I have a question. So Pedro Pascal's been everywhere. So I can say this for about a bunch of actors and actresses lately. Sydney Sweeney's been everywhere past few
Yeah.
years.
Yeah, what's his name? Fuck. He's only been really on TV everywhere. I'm blanking on his name. You know the guy who plays the ghoul?
Walter Goggins. Yeah, I mean, he's in
Walter
the Street
Goggins
Fighter
has been
movie.
everywhere.
Yeah.
Yeah, he's gonna be in Street Fighter. He's Invincible. He's in Fallout. He's in White Lotus.
Yeah, he does a lot of stuff.
Isabel Merced is in everything.
Oh yeah, she's in everything. Yeah.
Okay,
She's
so like,
almost in every
what's the
major
fucking
franchise.
point?
She, yeah. Cindy Florence Pugh's and everything. It's Zedaya's and everything. Guess what? Some of the top actors, if they want to work,
Robert Pattinson isn't gonna be in a ton of stuff.
Yeah, it's normal.
Yeah, they're popular, beloved actors who are also kind of, they're kind of the new generation of actors. Like obviously Pedro Pascal's a lot older, but he's still, I mean, he wasn't really relevant 10 years ago. You know what I mean? Like, so I mean, he's the new actor that they feel like is a draw, and he has been a draw at least.
He became well known from Game of Thrones for that one season when he got killed off, right?
Right.
But look, Pedro Pascal's been in a lot of Pedro Pascal's been working in a lot. He's been cast in a lot of things, but he's been in some bad stuff. Do you remember that movie where he was with Matt Damon, the Chinese movie?
No, I
The
don't
Wall
even remember
movie?
that.
Oh,
The Wall. Oh yeah, Pedro
That was
Pascal was
shit.
in that movie.
Yeah, Pedro Pascal was in that movie. That was shit.
Oh shit. Okay, I didn't even know.
Yeah, right. Obviously, Wonder Woman 84, Gladiator 2 was not well received, but like, there's sometimes some actors could get away with that, right? Some actors can. Adam works at Old Navy to do He-Man. That's funny. He's not a bankable movie star, not yet. Like, yeah, so like Pedro Pascal obviously is. Yeah, he started to get big in his 40s. True. Some actors actors don't get big until their 30s and 40s. Some make it in their 10s and 20s. Some make it in teens, 20s. It happens.
Right.
Right. It happens.
Yeah, like David Harbin. Is it Harbinger? What's his name?
Harbor. David
Harbor. Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, he was also an actor.
He was
coming up in his older age, but yeah.
Yeah, I mean, I see before Stranger Things. I seen him in stuff. He was in the Suicide Squad movie, right?
Mm-hmm.
I seen him in other stuff, but he wasn't like a big star then. Stranger Things made him a huge star.
Right.
Right. Sometimes you just need that one breakout role to get you into stardom, and that was for Stranger Things. Got David Harbour into stardom. He might have been always a good actor, but never, because some of the best actors are not lead roles. Some of the best actors are character actors, right? And some of the best,
Mhm.
some of the most cast actors are not always good character actors. Like Tom Cruise. I mean, Tom Cruise kind of plays himself a lot, but we've seen him. Well, in his early days, he did not play himself a lot. In his early days, he did a lot of comedy and stuff. But in his older days, he's played he's played himself a lot of action stuff, right?
Mhm.
Right, but like TV actors are a good example of character actors, really good ones, unless they're sitcoms. But yeah, but David Harbour, yeah, definitely. I mean, Stranger Things. No, Joseph Quinn, Fantastic Four, A Human Torch, Stranger Things season 4, that made him a star. He was the breakout of that show in season 4, right? Joseph Quinn.
Right.
But let's go on.
Fringe or niche thing to kind of
I
complain
mean,
about.
from Joseph Quinn, didn't you have like a major agency at the time? And once they noticed how good of once agencies took notice of how people loved his acting and his role in Stranger Things, the top agencies went after him.
About how he's everywhere. He's gonna be in a new movie from Celine Song called Materialist. He's in
I heard this is a decent movie, Materialist. I mean, you have like Captain America and Mr. Fantastic fighting over Madam Reb.
Mm.
I should make that joke on X. But did you see Dakota Johnson trash Madam Reb again?
Yeah. Well, I mean, it's not surprising at all.
Yeah. She trashed like the crew, the creative side of things, the creative,
Yeah.
right? Sony, I think
The writers and the.
yeah.
Ari Aster film. He's in the upcoming Fantastic Four. After that, we have Mandalorian and Grogu.
Oh, he also is in that other movie that's coming out next month, right? Here's another movie coming out before Fantastic Four, literally a week before Fantastic Four. The Eddington movie, I believe, that takes place during the COVID pandemic.
Oh yeah, with Ari Aster's directing that movie. Yeah.
David Harbour had a very small role in Stranger Things, probably like 2 minutes. He was there. He was there with Argus, with Amanda Waller. It took Viola Davis a while to break out. I mean, I remember Viola Davis was in I think she did a couple episodes of Law and Order, but I seen her around on TV for a while. I don't know what movie was her big breakout role, but she was kind of in her 40s to 50s too when she broke out.
He is in a lot of prominent stuff, and he's in the news a lot. And I was doing a video, not just talking about the fatigue that people are feeling, and just sort of how inexplicable it is that Pedro.
She always speaks like she speaks for the people, like, right?
Yeah, she always does that.
Yeah, Degrassi, the Captain America versus. Well, oh my god. Versus Reed Richards, Chris Evans. Yeah, Reed. Versus Madam Reb. Oh man, how could I be blanking? Mr. Fantastic. Mr. Fantastic, Captain America fighting over Madam Reb. This gun be good. The 56K. 56K, I think you have to re-up your membership.
Pascal is everywhere, even though it seems that most people aren't asking for it anymore, but just also the odd behaviors behind the scenes that I found very off-putting. And once again, while a lot of people agreed with me, there were people who vehemently disagreed and thought that I was doing a terrible thing by having just some uncomfortable feelings to some of the things
exactly, that 56K, thank you, yeah. Like, I gotta get the freaking Philip Banks. It's the greatest meme. It's the greatest meme is with the Philip Banks from Fresh Prince that says, "Who? We? I gotta get that clip. I gotta get that clip. You know what I'm talking about, right? The GIF.
Which GIF?
The Philip Banks GIF from Fresh Prince. You know, every time somebody, you know the X comments when You always see somebody say, "We don't want this. We need this. We want this."
Yeah.
You know.
It's easier to say we than I. Well, yeah, because then it's like kind of relating to the audience. It's easy for them to see themselves in what you're saying, right? Or it's like, yeah, I feel that way too. So it's like we as a collective.
Let me ask you, some of you watch my videos as of late. Do I say we when I give my opinion, or do I say I? I think I say I. My thoughts, right? I say my thoughts.
Yeah.
I
Yeah,
don't say
because
we.
not everybody's gonna agree, but this is kind of like whether it's intentional or not, this is a way to get a lot of people on your side.
Yeah.
A lot of these people who are upset and feeling, and you'll notice too that a lot of her complaints are not it's not specific. It's very vague, you know? Very vague. Oh shit.
Oh, Tondo did say that. I mean, yeah, he did say that in the Lone Ranger movie.
Pedro Pascal was doing. So we're going to address that here.
Okay.
And the updates about Pedro Pascal, because as he's in the news all the time, there's been more stuff
Yeah,
that's
he's
come.
in the news because he's having a movie coming out this month. And he just had a show that ended. I mean, even though he's not in it a lot, but what do you expect? That's what happens. And guess what? He's going to be in the news next month too. Okay? July is going to be lots of Pedro Pascal news. From press tours, from promoting 2 movies next month. 2 movies. One big one and one smaller one. Guess what? Live with it. I mean, I'm sorry. I know this is like the beginning, but Blinded, this is really pissing me off right now because she's going to have to live with the fact that there's going to be a lot of news of Pedro Pascal over the next 2 months.
Mm-hmm.
Guess what? Okay? That's what happens when a movie with an actor or actress is coming out, the news ramps up.
Yeah, it's always like that.
Yeah, and if it doesn't, if it is not like that, that means the studio has no confidence in the film. Really. They don't.
Out. Now, what some of the dissenters said in the comments, or even people who agreed with me, is I said I don't understand why anyone would find Pedro Pascal attractive, because I have heard it said that he is the new symbol today, the new male symbol. He is, I've even heard him referred to as a sex symbol. Excuse me.
It's always stupid to me when people do shit like this.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean? Like, I don't know if this is performative. Oh, it's definitely performative. But, like, I don't know if you, like, first off, there's been tons of male actors who've been maybe not the most, like, attractive to a lot of people, but they're still considered attractive, right? And sometimes it's not even really about looks, right?
Yeah.
Sometimes it's just personality. I mean, yeah, this is goofy shit. I mean, this is incredibly goofy. I mean, it's also just straight up childish, But again, this is kind of, and the thing is, she's able to say this too because most of the people who are gonna say, yeah, I don't find him attractive, are men.
Yeah.
The same straight men that are like, oh yeah, I'm a straight male. They're the ones going, yeah, I don't really see why Pedro Pascal is attractive. Oh crap.
It's like Miss S don't actually kayfabe. At least she's more believable. It's probably her dead eyes. Look, there's a lot. I'm gonna say this. A lot of actresses without makeup, without hairstylist, without a designer, they're not exactly the most beautiful women. Beautiful women are men. Like, and it's typical. It's not just normal though.
Yeah, like I mean, like we can come on here and fucking rag on her, right? I mean, obviously she's not being voted for attractive woman or whatever. She's not a celebrity, but I just find that this is the point that you're gonna hang your hat on. It's just kind of stupid.
And they did not hire him because of his looks. They hired him because of how good of an actor he is. Great of an actor he is.
I mean, again, let's get a ton of women and let them base their opinion on Pedro Pascal.
Yeah.
Like,
Yeah.
okay, you're one person. I mean, like, fuck, man. Like, there's millions of other people who are they're gonna find other people attractive that you aren't. So I don't
JesterBell.
really, who the fuck cares? This is a stupid ass point.
Yeah.
Sorry, I just couldn't believe that was said. But anyway, I got a lot of comments, surprisingly, from people saying, no, I have.
Okay, so you don't find them attractive. Some people do. Guess what? Some people find fat people attractive. Very obese
Mhm.
people attractive. Guess what? Guess you know what? People have find attractive is
It's
based on
subjective at the end
subjective.
of the
Yeah,
day.
exactly. Yeah. I don't. I mean, Bella Ramsey's young. I mean, I found Isabel Merced more hot, in my opinion. But sometimes in a show, there's a way, like in a show, you can make somebody look hot, but if you see them in real life, because they don't have it's, it may not be hot, like
Yeah.
attractive, right? Like, yeah, attractiveness is subjective. There's some people that like, yeah, like I said, fat or very skinny women is average. There's some people like short women, short men, tall women. Um, like I like them thick, like they're actually the pause frame, yeah. Like, sorry, like she's she
Yeah, I mean, this is just kind of like, I'm here, like, she's opening with this to really kind of dig into him, right?
okay. If attractiveness is big,
Because it's not, she doesn't really actually have a legitimate, like, argument. So it's like, here we are, we're going to talk about his looks, whether, I mean, it is subjective or not. Like, I mean, first off, one, he's probably like, I mean, you probably don't find attractive maybe because you don't like, I don't know,
yeah,
someone who's fucking looking like your dad. Like, he could be your dad for all we know, right?
yeah.
And he's old enough to be your dad. So I mean, that's perfectly fine. But again, it's like, I don't know. It's like that's your opinion. Like, that's not a legitimate argument. It was
Here's
like,
the thing.
oh, he's a shitty actor and he's not attractive, and why are we being
Do you know how many?
pushed
You
him?
know,
But yeah, sorry.
you know how many ugly men have attractive either wives or women, girls. If you're rich,
Mm,
it doesn't matter. The woman will go for you. It doesn't matter how ugly you are. It's it's just situations, but like yeah, it's subjective. And consenting, like fine, you don't find them attractive, but like some people do, right? All right. There's some ugly actors and actresses in Hollywood. I mean, I don't, in my opinion, but it doesn't mean others don't find them ugly or not. Right? Like, okay, sometimes look in Hollywood they do hire based on attractiveness, especially for women. I would say more for women than men. I think men have a harder time being courted for a role due to attractiveness, unless they're like
mm,
muscle bound, right? I think muscle bound men probably have a better chance, right? Or
mm.
you're really, really funny. You have to be really funny or muscle bound, right? That's what I would think, right? Like for women, like it's hard. Look, for women, it's harder because there's always perceived look for a woman. They gotta look,
Yeah, they have to
not,
look a certain way.
yeah, yeah, right, right. And no, I mean there's a lot of fat men in Hollywood. Were leading men. Okay, Chris Farley was a leading man.
Chris Pratt was fat, and they didn't want to cast him as Star Lord because he was fat.
Yeah, Chris Farley was
They
fat.
didn't really see it.
Chris Farley was fat. He was a leading man. Go back, John Candy was fat. That eventually got killed both of them because of their drug. Well, Chris Farley was drug abuse and his weight, but he was a leading man, right?
Hmm.
Maybe it's not because of attractiveness, because maybe some people are. It's about personality too.
Yeah, their personality.
Yeah,
I mean, again, yeah, but again, she's just kind of really young, and again, she's appealing to a specific type of people here, which is these kind of like dudes who are already like they've already are um what's the word? I guess they're conditioned already, like they already have an opinion that they don't like Pedro Pascal for whatever reason. So it's
yeah,
easy for them to kind of say stuff like this or believe that she's correct. I don't know if that makes sense. I'm rambling, but yeah.
Look
Oh
extremist.
shit.
I'm sorry. There's a lot. One of my long life. One of my best lifelong friends has a twin sister who's a fucking smoke show. Dated her in high school. Doesn't mean I want to fuck my friend. Yeah.
Yeah.
Good on you. Jester is staring up the sky, thinking about something. Wonders from the days, confused, sad and bad. Oh yeah, yeah. Oh yeah. Look like Seamus. Oh yeah, he looks like. Oh, Seamus would that be? Yeah, he's pale white, very pale white.
Mm.
She's looking at her poster picture. She's from Dirty Dancing. I don't know if she has.
A lot of female friends that just find him so attractive and just think he's so hot, and I'm like, what?
Wait. She said it. Okay,
before you shoot me
okay.
down,
Like, hold on. Wait. There's people your age saying that he's attractive, and you're like,
Yeah.
so that could just be fucking you. Like, it's subjective. Well, what? It's like, like people go into like the weeds of fucking attraction, right? It's like there's not really much to it. Yeah, maybe there's like a specific sense of why someone is a um more attractive than another person, right? But again, he's a fucking Hollywood actor, so this is also kind of weird, right? Fuck.
Yeah.
It's too many
This
boys.
conversation.
Oh shit. What the
Yeah,
hell?
look, Seth Rogen's getting casted off. Seth Rogen is not a very he's not attractive at all. Seth Rogen, like
Ah, fuck it, kill me.
he's in a lot of stuff, or he's producing a lot of stuff. Like, okay, like
down before you shoot me down. Listen, I know.
I know,
Beauty
I
is
know.
in the eye of the beholder.
And then she
Everyone
tries to
has
double down
Yeah.
on that, right? Like, yeah,
their own taste. That doesn't really mean anything.
yes, it does.
Yeah, it does. Again, this kind of shows her maturity level too, right? Because it's like, what do you mean that it does matter? Like, I'm curious. Like, let her continue because this is a really stupid point.
I want to see a picture of you down the grass.
Mhm.
You want to see her continue?
One person
Yeah.
maybe does not find attractive, another person does. That's all very well and good. I'm not talking in terms of physical attractiveness. No, I'm talking about behavior and why I just.
It's still the same
Okay,
thing. with
here we
behavior.
go. Yeah, same thing with behavior. I mean, also you're seeing snippets of him
Yeah.
online. People, listen. If there was some employer, let's just use employment, who saw you on here, they would be like, man, this fucking girl, she talks too much. She thinks she's better than all these people. Why the fuck would I want to hire her? So, and the thing is, they don't know you completely. They're just looking based on clips of what you've posted. You're judging him based on fucking 10-second clips. You've never interacted with this guy. You don't know how he
You
acts,
never
how he
will.
conducts himself with other people. It's like me fucking going like, oh my god, this fucking bozo on the internet making jokes. He's a fucking total clown. It's like his whole life must be a fucking clown show. It's like, does that even
You know
really
the
make
guys
sense?
that can
If yeah, it's like especially if he posts videos that are supposed to be skits. It's like, how do you fucking know? Like, again, this is just such a fucking stupid point. This is why I say she's way more disingenuous than a lot of these anti-woke people, because it's like, first off, one, why does this even fucking matter? We're supposed to be talking about the movie itself, right? Oh shit. Fuck. Oh my god, just kill me.
Okay.
Missed the fucking brick. The clicker. I'm
Okay.
trying to hit. I'm like, oh my god, I didn't realize because I'm not playing with sound on, so
Yeah.
I didn't realize he fucking heard me.
What were you saying? Like,
Yeah, but yeah, like, sorry. But besides that, it's like, why? Like, this has nothing to do with the movies that he's putting out, his acting skills. This is all just about kind of building up this narrative, right? That he's what's the word? There's a specific word that, like, she's trying to paint him as if, because you're gonna see it in a second here. Again, I didn't watch this video, but I know where she's going with this. That he's like zesty, or he's like a freaky guy, right? And he's weird, right? And she's gonna try to say, well, that's the reason why he's not attractive. He comes across as creepy. He comes across as
I think
weird,
so.
based on a couple of fucking clips.
I think some people in the comments said that creepy. That specific word, creepy.
Yeah, I'm playing The Last of Us 2 sideways. We're playing at the
Judge Vanessa.
same game.
Those all people I told I looked alike. I want to see a
Yeah,
picture.
the Chuds did go after him for that stuff too. 100%. But if you notice how they're talking about it versus her, she's going into attraction and
Look,
like and making it. I feel like she's putting some sauce on it where they're just like he's weird and there's something fishy about him.
Prince is weird, and look, Prince looks less masculine than Pedro Pascal. I'm sorry, the way Prince dresses and the way he is his stuff. He looks less masculine than Pedro Pascal, but he's so widely popular at the time. He gets all the girls. Like Grace Randall blocked me on Only Feet. Is that a thing? Only Feet? Because I said it
Only
looked
feet.
like
Nah, it's bullshit.
intentional
Bullshit.
big part behind. Prince is dead. That's Prince is dead. I know.
I look at Pedro Pascal and I'm just like, why would any
Prince
woman
is really alive, Degrassi.
find this attractive or
You
endearing
don't
in any
fucking know
kind
the
of
guy.
way? And
You don't. We gotta fucking. We really gotta fucking stop this bullshit. We don't fucking know the guy. You don't know him, okay? And for all we know, he could probably think you're fucking weird too. You know what I mean? Like, what is this fucking argument you're making here? Like, this is insane. You're basing him based on his acting performances, which, again, that's fucking acting, and then you're basing it off of fucking clips that he posted that were like intentionally supposed to be like, oh yeah, I'm gonna play up this kind of like weird character, or I'm a weird character, right? Like, it seems like that is just like a little bit of his personality. Again, people have different like the way that they act around different people is going to be different, right? The same way that you're going to act around your friends is not the same way you're going to act around your girlfriend or your boyfriend, right? Maybe it might be the same, maybe it might be different. Same thing with your parents or when you're at work. So again, this is like, I don't know, this is like kind of like weirdo behavior. I'm going to over analyze people that I don't fucking know. It's weird. Like, celebrity or not, it's fucking weird.
Yeah. And you can tell sometimes with some celebrities when they're doing interviews or getting asked questions, you can see sometimes on their face like, "What the hell? You just asked me?"
Yeah, but like look at people who've been accused of stuff or they're being accused of and how they act, right? Like look at we talk about all the time. Look at
Yeah.
Diddy. Like
Yeah.
Diddy is this like charismatic, friendly, funny person, right? And the stuff that he's accused of, it's like we would never fucking have known that because that's not the way that he publicly displays himself. So you have Pedro Pascal going acting like, oh, he's doing all these things
Yeah.
that people would be like, oh, that's weird or you know what I mean? Like, but yet maybe he's not. Maybe he's not a fucking weirdo. Maybe he's just some regular fucking guy and he just likes to be performative. You know what I mean? Like you have that one friend who sometimes, will do and
You
say
know what?
something weird, but doesn't mean they're fucking,
Is it
a creep.
very serial killer kind of mentality? Serial killer, I'll be oh, you know how all of a sudden, those typical stories in the news or in TV shows. There's a serial killer neighborhood, and the neighborhood finds out it's this person that they just well known. They're like, but he was a nice guy or a nice woman, like
Yeah.
that, like a sociopath, right? A sociopath or whatever, a psychopath could pretend to be this person in public, but privately, he or she is not. Like it's
Right.
called, it's called an act. Sometimes, and a lot of actors, actresses, but other public, they do act. Like they do act in public. Some
Mhm.
don't. You could tell some of the ones are not like don't act, but they do act in public, and not just right. So Pedro needs to be a jock. Yes, he does. Pedro needs to be a jock.
Okay. I've already gotten people hating on me for this, so let's get right into it. Okay, so
Oh, and this is another
the
thing
one
too,
thing
where it's like, oh, I got people hating on me. Like everything I say is like yeah, okay, you're gonna say something like obviously we completely fucking disagree with what you're saying because it's absolute fucking nonsense. But there's obviously gonna be people like that. But it's like people like to dress it up like this is like, oh, like the reason why they really don't like this is because it's the truth. You know what I mean? I got haters. I got people. I'm speaking the truth. That's why they hate me. That's kind of like the fucking
Oh,
vibe she's getting. I'm getting from her saying that because it's like, of course there's gonna be people who disagree with you. You come across like a crazy fucking fangirl. I mean, let's not even go into that, like how fucking obsessive she is when she posts shit. Like
here's
you honestly, you know, if we're gonna judge you right out of context, the way that you like, she will take comments that have 0 likes, zero nothing that are just posted, and she'll write a whole fucking essay about it. Like that's some fucking crazy stalker shit. You know what I mean? Like, but you know, that's fucking out of context and right. But you see how that can be turned on you very quick. You know,
here's the thing.
like
Here's the thing. I don't. I find some actresses not very attractive, but I'm not gonna make a whole video about them because I'm not gonna
you
attack
know,
their looks because there's people
it's
gonna
just
find
low.
attractive.
It's low
Yeah, it
hanging
is low.
fruit. It's
Yeah,
below the belt. Like, what? Why does that
yeah,
fucking matter when you're trying to put out a coherent argument?
yeah. Like
You
it's
know, if
kind
it's
of like
like spat fight, okay, but like it's not supposed to be a spat fight.
I'll still Pedro over. Oh my god, Red. Of course you would.
That caused the
Her?
most
Hold on,
controversy
wait,
in my
her?
Pedro Pascal.
Yeah,
Yo, I mean, Red. You
Red
know,
would do that.
Really is some psychotic weirdo for real. I mean, I don't know if it's trolling or whatever, but this is, I don't know what to say to that.
Pascal video was talking about him touching Vanessa Kirby and how I was concerned that that might have been an inappropriate thing, a Me Too thing.
Concern or inappropriate.
Look at his movement. He wasn't very comfortable. That's
Concerned or inappropriate. According, you're the fucking this is like that meme, you know that meme where it's like,
what's come
I
comfortable.
consent, I consent, I don't consent. This is what this shit is. You're concerned because he reached out and she took his hand.
Yeah,
She didn't dismiss him. She took his hand.
if you
Huh,
see
that's
this,
some
if you take a look at Pedro Pascal, yeah, he's smiling, but
Touching
he
Vanessa.
looks very uncomfortable here. Looks very uncomfortable. And
I'm an
look, yes,
agent of chaos. I'm not a
yes.
psychotic nor a weirdo.
Here's the
Agent
thing.
of
Here's the
chaos.
thing.
Fair enough.
Here's the thing. Actresses, especially in a big project, will have to act in front of hundreds of crew members, right? But in front of a crowd, in front of people like that, when you're not acting, when you're because you know it's a different. You're not acting anymore. It's different. It's different. Some people he actually have anxiety. Sometimes the when there's a lot of people, right, when you're working on a film set, you feel comfortable because you're playing a different role, right? When you're playing a different role,
Hmm.
you don't think about your issues or problems, right, in front of people, right? But when you're at Comic Con in front of I don't know how many people Hall H could fill, but I assume maybe hundreds to thousands. For some people, it can be overwhelming. It's not the same thing when you're performing in front of 100 crew members or 200 crew members. It's not the same thing. Okay, it's not the
Hmm.
same thing. And you could tell he looks very uncomfortable here, don't you think? Blinded,
Yeah, I mean, if he okay, listen,
Nessa
if
doesn't, but he
they've
does.
already taught, okay, we don't we again, I like to say this again, we don't fucking know what their relationship is. Like maybe he's talked to her and say, "Hey, I had this issue or whatever," and
Yeah.
like, is it okay? Okay if I can
I'm.
hold your hand or whatever? You don't fucking know. Like I don't understand this fucking like we gotta police people's relationships,
You know
right?
what I feel
Whether
bad
they're
for? You know what I feel bad for? When Pedro Pascal does cons and stuff, when fucking fans want to fucking shake his hand or hug him, because you see the celebrities, they take pictures, and you see how creepy fans are towards them when they're
Mhm.
taking pictures, especially the men. If I was cons, I would have a rule, no touching rule, no fucking touching rule, period.
With what the like
During pictures,
actors on actor or person? Oh yeah, like these random
fans,
strangers with the fans.
yeah,
Yeah,
no
yeah.
touching rule,
People
period.
get yeah. Well, that's a completely different example, right? Because
Yeah,
it's like you don't know the
but
person.
can
I
you
don't want
imagine?
you.
Can you imagine an actor with anxiety dealing with that?
Yeah, I mean, well, they would tell them politely, hey, I don't want to be touched or whatever, right?
Yeah,
There's celebrities who,
I'm sure
I
they
mean,
ask
does
him. I'm
anybody
sure they
remember
ask
that?
him.
Remember
But
that clip where it was Simu Liu and he put his hands on
I
Ryan
didn't see this.
Gosling's like lower back, and he
Oh
says,
no,
and Ryan Gosling turns to him and says, "No."
no, I
Yeah,
did not
this
see
was.
that.
He says
What?
no. Like that happens. That happens even with celebrities. Like, okay,
Yeah,
yeah, it happens with every fucking human being. Oh wow, that's really what it is. Like people either are okay with it, they're comfortable with it, or they're not.
yeah.
It's not. It's not no fucking like. Maybe because I don't know. She doesn't sound like a sociable person,
Okay.
right?
The only
But
person,
like this is how it is, right?
I guess if you want to take a picture of a celebrity, only around the shoulder, and that's it. Around the shoulder, arm around the shoulder. Maybe that's it. That's it. Maybe. Not hand around the fucking woman's waist. Okay, I don't think that's appropriate. Definitely not up to the chest, obviously. Not lower, but only around the shoulder, maybe. Even though, because maybe that's it. But I think it's creepy as fuck. I do think it's creepy as
Hmm.
fuck. Me, because if me, because if I was ever celebrity blinded, I'll be honest with you, I'll be very careful. I'm very more guarded towards myself.
Yeah, I don't like being touched too. I don't like being touched by
Yeah,
random people, right?
yeah, yeah.
I mean, it sort of depends on
And
certain contexts, but me personally, I don't like people like putting their hands on my shoulder or saying, well, even when people say certain things, I always kind of go like, I don't really want to hear that or whatever, right?
because
But I
yeah, because
just
the
kind of,
fans, because fans will say something that the celebrity, deep down will disagree with, but they'll try to be nice, right? There's some celebrities who are assholes or whatever, but like,
yeah, well, there's a lot of celebrities who don't even want you to look at them. You know what I mean? Like that's where
yeah,
I think that's like that's fucking crazy to me. But there's like degrees of celebrities and how they act, right?
yeah. Look, him in this video, he just looks uncomfortable being there, standing in front of a group of ravaged Marvel fans, comic book fans. It's different than working in front of a studio, working in front of a crew and acting,
Hmm.
because you're not thinking about the crew or anything. You're just thinking about what you're supposed to do for the film while it's being filmed. Here, you're actually interviews, but you're thinking about the crowd too, how they react. And look, that's the difference. And you know what? They know, but that's the thing. Celebrities don't do a good job of speaking in front of a crowd. They get very nervous when they speak in front of the crowd. They're not really properly trained for that.
Right. Or
You
certain
know?
actors at least.
Yeah,
Yeah.
certain actors, yeah. Okay?
Yeah. Personal space. Yeah. Exactly.
Yeah,
Personal
personal
space.
space. All right? They're trained, actors are trained to do interviews, but interviews in front of a crowd is a little more intimidating.
Hmm.
Okay? Okay? You know what? You know what? They should learn from wrestling, because wrestling they do it in front of a crowd every single week, every single week.
Yeah, but some celebrities are never going to be in front of a crowd, though. You know what I
Yeah,
mean? Like,
that's true. The thing is, if you're Marvel, you have to kind of be in front of a crowd, right? If you're working at Marvel, you're going to eventually have to be in front of a
possibly.
crowd.
But I mean, like I mean, some celebrities are. I mean, some actors who are part of Marvel, not. They really haven't been on stage at Comic Con, right?
Robert Downey
So,
Jr. doesn't do cons. Period. He's like the only one that doesn't do cons. I know
well,
most of.
there's a lot of. Well, I mean, there's a lot of big actors though who don't do stuff like that.
Yeah, that's
They
true.
may not want to or whatever it is, right? Like, there's like some reputation with doing stuff like that. So I don't know, right? Like, depends on them.
The thing is, when I went to college, I had
Hmm.
one of the courses I took was kind of basically public speaking when you speak in front of a crowd.
Hmm. That's
Yeah,
interesting.
yeah, like I'm okay with that. I mean, for business, you kind of have to because you never know you might end up speaking in front of bored people, right? So you might have,
Hmm.
yeah, yeah.
Oh yeah, that's actually interesting.
I mean, look, here's the thing. You all know I'm Jewish. I did a bar mitzvah
Hmm.
in front of a few hundred people. And I was 13 years old. You know how intimidating that is?
Yeah, that is, especially for a kid. When I was
Yeah,
yeah, when I was like 13, 12,
yeah.
um yeah, I spoke in front of like City Hall. I think I told you this. Did I ever tell you this?
No, you didn't tell me you spoke at Fall City. That's intimidating.
Yeah,
City Hall?
yeah, that's intimidating. Which I mean, this is if you live in Toronto, this was at the time when Doug Ford was the counselor at Toronto. He
Yeah.
was the only counselor to not be present. So I never spoke in front of him, but he was the only empty seat there. A fun fact, because he's a piece of shit. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
That's really what I wanted to say.
Yeah, exactly. I mean, look. I just speak in front of, you learn debates. You do debates. You have to learn to speak in front of a few hundred people, right?
Mhm.
Well, things are crappy. Puzzle
I
talk.
mean, I still get anxious though, like more so just talking with people one to one. You know what I mean? Especially if I don't
I'm the
know
kind of
them.
person that needs. If I know what I'm talking about, I kind of need a script. Okay, I'm
Right.
kind of someone that needs to be a script. Like me for this is never gonna happen, but if I ever work on a Marvel movie and there's no script, I would get worried.
Yeah. I mean, if you're working on anything creative, I feel like I
Yeah,
kind of have to know
I'm.
what we're gonna do because, yeah, I feel
I,
like I've just ran into too many issues where it's like people don't know what
yeah,
to do and shit.
yeah, exactly. I'd be like, what the heck? What the heck is going on here? I kind of person that I don't like the kind of flow kind of things with them, right? I need set things to be set. Like this is what we're
Hmm.
gonna do this for this part of the day. This is what we're gonna do tomorrow, or this is what we're gonna do later in the day, and then later at night during the day. Like that. I need that. All right.
Hmm.
Um, I know some celebrities are like that too. Some celebrities are like that too. Some could work on the fly, but, but whatever. But like it's like here's the thing. Like speaking from City Hall. See, that's that's really intimidating. And you had to speak in front of
Yeah.
actual politicians besides Doug Ford, right? Like who was
Yeah,
there?
there's like I don't know all their names. I just know specifically Doug Ford was supposed to be one of them.
Was it Doug
But
Ford?
yeah, but this was like 2012. I think it was 2012.
Was Bob Ford alive then? He might have been alive. Yeah, he
Yeah,
was
he
alive.
was the mayor. He was the
Was he
mayor.
there?
No, it was only with the counselors, not the mayor.
Oh,
But yeah, it was like a full. I remember I went in and it was very intimidating because behind me it was like all like news reporters and stuff, and then I had to like sit in front of the counselors. Like basically, I sat at this desk and I was timed,
I
and
could do.
basically yeah, it was
I could
it
do
was
notes too.
kind of nervous though because it's like
I
you're
could.
being timed and stuff, and then I'm like I practiced the speech and yeah, I was just nervous that I couldn't finish on time, but I did. And
Sometimes.
they actually did pass I think, not a bill, I don't know what you would call it,
Uh,
but they
no.
approved my whatever my speech was about though.
Oh, you really?
Like,
So was. Oh, wow. It's kind of like a bill, but not exactly a bill. Wow, that's.
no, yeah, because they were trying to cut after school programs. And like,
Oh,
so basically yeah,
conservative.
so yeah, that was like one of the things that they wanted to do. And
I could.
so I
I
wrote
could do
like a
bullet.
script and stuff. Yeah.
I could do bullet points and notes too. The thing with the speeches with me, I like to have the speech there, but I usually go over my speech a lot. So sometimes when I
Mhm.
do a speech, I don't look at my notes because I kind of know I kind of memorize it. If I know what I'm talking about, if I exactly know what I'm talking about, in debate class, sometimes the teacher will make you to give you a topic. That's where I kind of need That's where I kind of need kind of read over my speech. But if I know what I'm fucking talking about, I don't really need to look at my notes all the time,
Right.
right? Like, I know like you okay. Um, but yeah, he just looks very uncomfortable here. It's being in front of people, a crowd like that. It's different than working in front of a crew, all right? Because
Mhm.
you really don't think about this. Even sports athletes, sports athletes don't think about the crowd while they play, and some of them have anxiety also. A lot of anxiety. Like, although celebrities, it's hello celebrities are maybe celebrities have anxiety too. They suffer the same kind of stuff as normal people, and you could tell he's uncomfortable here, and so he needed. And this is normal. Some people that suffer anxiety or look uncomfortable, will help will will want someone to hold on to for comfort.
Mm.
Okay.
I ain't no activist.
Like
No,
Kirby
not
and
no more.
Ugh.
Unless it's something I truly believe in. But yeah, I don't.
Yeah.
I don't really typically
You
do
know
that
what?
now.
I had to do kind of like a whole speech from, not a speech, but like a scene from Romeo and Juliet
Mm.
in one day, presented from a
Jeez.
class. I did really, really well because back then I still have a decent memory, good memory. Back then I had a great memory, so memorizing didn't take as long as for me as maybe for others. So I was actually pretty
Right.
good back then memorizing lines and stuff. Me now, not as good, not as much.
Mm.
Yeah.
how I was concerned
But
that that might
my cousin, on the other hand, he has a memory of an elf, and he can remember stuff from 30 or 40 years ago. It's
Yeah,
crazy.
that's crazy. Yeah. That shit's lucky as fuck. When you start remembering shit from like 30 years ago, that's
Yeah.
insane. Yeah.
might have been an inappropriate thing, a Me Too thing, and I didn't.
Me
And
Too
Me
thing.
Too thing, get the fuck out of here, bro. Get the fuck out of here. A Me Too thing. Like, are you for real? Is she like? Oh my fucking god! I swear to God, bro. Like, oh my god.
Look at this
Frick.
movie together to coke. I'm like, you should have, you should have taken quite alcohol. I think as soon as known to play as a kid.
Like that the excuse for it from everyone was he just has anxiety, because I don't think that that should be an excuse for touching your co-stars and stuff. And I said
You
in the
don't
video,
fucking know. Like, this is so fucking infuriating. Holy shit. You don't fucking know their relationship. Like, you don't know if that they've talked about this before, and it's like, hey, is it okay if I can hold your hand? And she's like, yes, that's okay. I'm comfortable with that. That's perfectly fine. Okay, so then what's the problem? Like, we don't know the context, and based on what it looks like, it's like he's going for to reach, and she takes his hand. Okay, what's the problem? What's the problem? You tell me what's the problem. She accepted it. Like, and I guess you could reverse and say, well, we don't fucking know if she was uncomfortable with just telling him no or whatever, right? You could go into all that bullshit too, right? But
Yeah,
it's like
yeah.
at the end of the day, we don't fucking know, right? We don't know the
Um,
dynamics or anything. You're just speculating at this point.
it's. I just know that if you know somebody suffering from anxiety, I just know sometimes touching the other person, just grabbing their hand, comforts them, calms them
Hmm.
down, gives them a sign of relief. It helps them. Okay, like I mean,
that
I don't
if
know if suffer anxiety, but sometimes you suffer anxiety. You want another person there to help you calm down, comfort you, talk to you. You know.
Yeah,
this
taking
was
a
the
hand is a big
consensual
part. Social
Yeah.
cues. Well, that will think based on what Degrassi's saying, Degrassi could be right. Like she doesn't understand social cues. That could be
Okay.
possible.
That's
That
maybe a
could be
form.
very
That's
possible.
definitely plays in a part where she's autistic.
Yeah.
relationship between him and Vanessa Kirby, then it would be
Yeah, they're
different.
having
And
an
everyone got
affair.
on me for that, saying,
You
ugh.
know, Vanessa Kirby's pregnant. Whoever she's dating, if she's married, it's not really her significant other. It's really Pedro Pascal's baby. They're having a real
It
life
would it
sexual.
would be funny though. It would be funny if oh shit. It would be funny if yeah, like they were dating. That would have been really funny because then it's like, okay, so you guys are just, you know, talking all this crap
Yeah,
about what exactly? Oh, where am I supposed to go? I
yeah,
keep
Anthony.
forgetting.
Hey, Anthony. She knows the personal space is that part of her videos.
Their relationship is
Well, why
totally
does that have to do with masculinity?
Yeah, again, I don't really know what it has to do with masculinity. Shit, I'm trying to save these shotguns, like, and I'm just fuck.
I think it takes
Oh, what happened?
man. I think it takes a lot of guts for a man to have to reach out to someone he could trust to help him feel comfortable, calm down.
Right.
Like it takes guts for a man. You know what? You know what? a side of male masculinity is for them asking for help, right? Not being all
Mhm.
macho stuff, you know? Like, come on. That's a problem. That's a problem with people how they view men. Men have to be always strong, always like it's perfect. They're perfect. They can't feel any emotion. They can't feel this and this. Right? It's a problem.
Mhm.
The stigma of men, and it's not the case because I bet you everybody here. I know you have. I have. I bet you a lot of people here have gone through dark times,
Mhm.
and relying on people's help, relying on help of others, does not make you weak. It makes you strong. It doesn't
Right.
reduce your masculinity for a man. Okay?
No, it doesn't. And I find it hilarious that it's this girl, this fucking immature girl coming and telling her male audience, predominantly her male audience, about how they should feel about stuff. You know what I mean? Like before, like most of the times it's I mean it's men telling other men how to feel and shit. But here you have an example where it says this girl who's barely fucking lived her life. You know what I mean? Like telling people how what masculinity is. And you know what I mean? Like it's not like she has all this lived experience. Again, I don't even know her age.
Mhm.
Like, so I don't know.
Exactly.
It's just kind of weird. It's just weird behavior.
What do you think? What do you think men get married? Whether it's they're gay or straight, they have a wife or another man as their husband. It's because of stuff like this. When in the marriage, when things are not going
Mhm.
well, you have a significant other there to help you get through things. It doesn't make you weak.
Right.
You may feel weak, but it doesn't make you weak. It's actually kind of strong. Asking for help makes you strong. Makes you strong.
Going forward, apparently right after that, like clockwork, Vanessa Kirby is really talking up Pedro Pascal and calling him her boo. And you see them both acting this way mutually.
She's going into this. I'm curious, like, where this is really going. You know what's
At
funny too?
events and things. And so it's
Because
like,
Anthony said this. He's literally
okay,
the nicest person. You know,
Never
it'd be
heard of
funny as
any of
hell
this.
if somehow we got JesterBell to meet Pedro Pascal, and this guy gave none of the vibes that she's complaining about, and was nice and friendly to her, and she just comes on here and just slanders his ass. Wouldn't that be funny as fuck if she did something like that? That would be a hilarious arc. Oh, actually, speaking of which, do you guys remember when Grace Randolph was saying Pedro Pascal was like this diva and shit? You guys remember that? Remember that whole situation? And it was all bullshit. Oh shit. Oh, what happened? Oh fuck. Whoa. What happened? Let it play off, Aaron. Yeah, what happened? Did Aaron leave? Could you guys hear me? What's going on? Is my internet? Hold on.
Oh, I'm sorry, Blind. My internet ran out for like a few seconds. If you guys can hear me, can you guys hear me? Oh yeah, I'm low. My volume. Um, Yeah, my internet went out. Yeah, I mean blinded. You too? You too? You too. My internet's back. I know something not going well. I know something not going well with my night. My night, the screen of my night on the TV was freezing. Now it's not freezing anymore. Sorry, guys. Is it back? Yeah, my internet went down for like 5 minutes. Internet went down for 5 minutes. Blinded. I'm back. Are you back? I think it's the same link. Yeah. Okay, shut up, Red. You two got hit? I was noticing something when I was, because I have the TV on, I was noticing something. It was freezing in and out. And I'm like, wait a minute, this is not normal. Then all of a sudden, disconnected. It's weird. You got hit too, blinded?
Yeah, they got me. The stream is back.
Man.
I can hear you. I can hear you. We can't hear. Shut the fuck up, fucking Red.
Yeah, my TV is on, and it was I noticed it's freezing on the night. I'm like, okay.
Yeah, my internet was like, I don't. Well, I'm charging my phone, and this kind of eats up the battery when I stream. So this probably not the best to do. I just don't know what to do. I guess I could switch to my laptop, but we'll see. I guess. Oh shit! I forgot. I was in
Is the YouTube video still up? Okay.
Yeah, everything is still up. Everything's still up.
Okay. Well, I got a drink in the meantime.
You know what?
Excuse me. Sorry, guys.
I kind of wasted some of my shit here. Oh my god, a fucking idiot.
This is just how the relationship is. It wasn't him doing anything that she didn't want, apparently. I still think it's odd. Okay, so here they are at an event, and they're holding each other's...
the Brazilian event? No, the one in Mexico? Is this the one in Mexico? CCXP?
I don't know. It might be, I'm not sure.
Shut up, Fred. It's funny how he says the stream completely died, and he's still be able to comment in it.
His hands, and the person who's trying to ask him to sign things is trying to be like, you can let go to sign this, and he's just like, no, never. And he cannot let go of Vanessa Kirby. He has to reach around and make sure.
It's called being comfortable.
And they're holding each other's hands, and the person who's trying to ask him to sign things is trying to be like, you can let go to sign this, and he's just like, no, never. And he cannot let go of Vanessa Kirby. He has to reach around and make sure that he holds her hand at all times.
It's called, he feels anxiety in front of people, man. Come on.
Again, and the over analyzing of this point, it's like, again, it's like, so at this point, we're just kind of slandering people, I guess. You know what I mean? Like, we're just kind of saying shit with no fucking evidence. Like, I don't know. This is fucking weird. It's just really weird.
I guess men are not allowed to suffer from anxiety.
Times, and the guy's like, you can't let go, and he doesn't let go.
Contractors, are you covered?
Yeah. Oh, sorry about this.
His insurance policy started at only $19.
Pero para que no me abandona.
Am I getting in trouble for this?
I'm not letting you go.
You don't have to, though. You never have to, baby. You can let go.
No.
You're able to.
Let go. Thank
And later you see them arm in arm and everything like that. And if...
Actually, that's actually been normal. Cold leads.
Yeah, this is just weird.
JesterBell. I've seen that in other press premieres, press events like that, where the co-leads, male and female, when they're not even seeing each other, do that. It's normal.
This, once again, is just what their relationship is. Then
I think she's accused. I think she thinks they're together. I think she's accusing they're having an affair. That's what I think she's doing. You know how many affairs people said people in Marvel are having? Like,
Yeah, I know. People say all of that
One
stuff all
thing,
the time.
yeah,
Oh,
but I can still think that it's kind of odd. It's like the Cynthia Erivo and Ariana Grande
exactly, Anthony.
stuff that was
this is
happening
a
for the Wicked
reach, by
Prince
the
tour
way.
that everyone thought was weird, where
That
they're
that
constantly
was weird
feeling
for
each
sure,
other up
but
and
that's
trying
not
to
on the
touch
same
each
level of
other,
this.
and
No.
It wasn't. People went. The touching and all that stuff. That's not what people were saying was weird. Like the weird stuff was the interview where they kind of looked like they were on something. You know what I
Yeah,
mean?
yeah.
Based on how they were talking and like
There's a picture out there of Ariana Grande. Oh my god, how am I butchering? Grande.
Ariana the Grande.
Ariana
Yeah.
Grande. That she's like anorexic or something. Like really, really anorexic, like skinny as fuck.
Yeah, I mean, people were saying all types of stuff. I just remember that the weird thing was that the interview that they gave was like they I don't know, it looked like they were high or something because like based on some of the stuff they were saying, it didn't sound coherent. So I'm like, I feel like they were on something during the interview and they were all just like whatever, like fuck it.
Yeah, I can see that. The pause frame. I know. I always get the best pause frames. Like I don't do it on purpose either. I don't know how. I don't know if that's just luck or just talent I haven't really. I've discovered, but I haven't really conquered. Because I do it randomly. I do this randomly. Like Taco Bell Grande.
Taco Bell.
and get really physical with each other. And the excuse then was also,
Are you
oh, they
jealous?
have anxiety. They just really need to touch each other. And
That wasn't the
it's like, okay,
excuse though. No one like this is just fucking lies, right? Like no one was saying, "Oh, it was because of anxiety in their case." No. So it's like she's like
I
conflating
guess
like two different things based on like what exactly?
Yeah.
that's how we advertise films now. We just need to watch actors feel each other up. That's how we advertise films. I do think that's
Oh yeah, real. Again, this is what I mean by disingenuous.
Holding a hand
right?
is not feeling something up. You know what feeling something up means, right?
She's like, oh yeah, they're filling each other up. That's the advertisement.
No.
It's not.
You know what
Shut up.
The term feeling somebody up is the hand going underneath.
But this is just bullshit, right? This is just straight up bullshit. What she's saying.
She's just jelly. Look at her plug test. Look at her plug test boss. She's a pro. She's just jelly. Holding somebody's hand is feeling somebody up. That's not what feeling somebody up means, JesterBell.
some of this Pedro Pascal and Vanessa Kirby stuff.
Okay, when a woman wants to feel up of a man, you know what that means? They grab the dick. That's what
Oh, the feeling up is like, yeah, I would assume it's like
sexual. Very sexual. When a man does it, guess what? It's the pussy.
So yeah, this is just
not when you
feeling
grab a
up
hand.
and like. I guess you could say it. Oh, it just means they're just touching a person in this weird way that could be sexual, but
That's not. But that's not what the term means, right? Blinded. You feel somebody up.
Might be part of the marketing, like trying to start
Yes,
rumors
feeling somebody up is part of the marketing.
that they're a married couple in the film and this is their relationship in real life. It just does not endear me to the relationship or the guy, because Pedro Pascal, he's in his 50s now, isn't he? He's in his 50s, and he's being led around and having to hold Vanessa Kirby's hand at all times, like she's his mom, I suppose.
like he's his mom, she's his mom, or like this is some fucking weirdo. Like you do realize even if they were, let's say they were couples, right? Like you're gonna say that's some mother relationship that they have because they're holding hands and shit. Like you can't even get the story straight. It's like, oh, it's supposed to be sexual. It's weird. Now it's, oh, he's childlike and he's a child and he needs to be held. And it's like, what? Like no consistency whatsoever. No consistency. Oh shit.
Yes, yeah, Degrassi is right. Yes, what exactly. If I'm feeling something up, that means we're getting it hot. Degrassi, you're
Yeah.
100% right. Neil DiCaprio wants to work with her. Yeah, I'm just listening to dummy talk. Holy shit! I'm just listening to dummy talk. Holy shit! Yeah, Anthony.
And feel each other up, and for his alleged.
I don't think she knows what that means.
No, she doesn't know what that means. Let's be real.
Are we gonna say this? She dubbed for every positive point. Yeah, 56K. We're pulling a Tony here. We're gonna stop at everything.
At this point, yeah, everything just. I guess we could play it out. It's just she says so many dumb shit.
Yeah.
Like
Anxiety.
this was a drinking game. We would all be on the fucking floor dead.
Blame Toby for 56K because she does this. He does this too. Remember, like it takes like an hour, 2 hours. They got through like a 10-minute stream. Yeah, we're gonna play out some. We're gonna play him out.
When he's 50 years old and he's done a lot of other things that would not convince me that he has anxiety. I just
why
think
don't
it's
you
odd.
say?
It's just odd. And it's the same thing like people thought that
Like, I really want to say, shut up, bitch. Shut up.
Okay.
Because, like, first off, one, you don't. How do you know? Are you his doctor? Are you his therapist? Do you know what he has and doesn't have? Like, you don't like the shit like this is fucking annoying, right? Like, I guess if we're all doctors here, we could just say, you're. No, I can't go that far. I'm not gonna go that far. I got relaxed.
Just like Grace Randolph, who doesn't show evidence or can't be doesn't show evidence. Where's your evidence to back your point up? Okay, where is your evidence? Back it up.
Ariana Grande thing was on. It's just weird.
Here's the thing: when you give an opinion, and sometimes you could look on the news, right? Like I do, right? I put on like a report, right? And I use that as a fact, as opinion, right? Like, I use that as evidence, stuff like that as evidence, right? To back my point up, right? Like when you make an opinion, try to come up with evidence. Try to prove your opinion, your hypothesis. Don't just say, yeah, there's other things like it convinces me that he doesn't have anxiety. But it's like an essay, man. You have to prove an essay. A basic formula of an essay is to prove your thesis, your opinion, your hypothesis. How old is she? Some people think she's in her 20s. She might be.
I don't know. I don't know how old
that
she
now
is.
More.
She says she's an independent filmmaker, so I assume she's in her 20s.
Independent film. You could be a
And
fucking
once
teenager and claim that. Let's be real.
Yeah, that's true. I mean, I can make it terrible. I mean, Matt Jarbo is technically an independent filmmaker.
Yeah.
Seen it just be where they have two actors who are supposed to be very close on a film, and we see them on the red carpets and interviews, constantly touching each other and stuff. It's just
Patrick Pascal's one of them.
Odd to me. That's all. But if his relationship with Vanessa Kirby is just like that, and that is like from her end as well, fine. But then we have Dakota Johnson and Pedro Pascal who are starring in this upcoming film. Now, in Materialist, Pedro Pascal.
Like I don't want to go too far with this shit, because I'm like, oh, well, we're gonna move on to the next victim that he has. This other attractive celebrity, yeah, and it's like maybe have you thought maybe that they're just like okay with him doing this shit? You know what I mean? Like I mean,
look, when you work on a film for 3 to 6 months, you're gonna learn about your fellow actor or actress, right? I'm sure, right? I'm sure, right? You're going to learn some stuff, right?
Is kind of portraying the rich dream man. And once again, I just have no idea how anyone can think that he fits in that role. I do not find that endearing at all. And I saw the trailer, and I was honestly...
Watch the movie, then. Watch the trailer, watch the movie.
I just don't understand why anyone could be endeared by that.
What role does he play, then? What role is he going to play?
Anyway, there's just been similar things happening with.
Okay, here's another point. If he said you can't picture him as a very wealthy man with as high class of society, what kind of roles do you think he should be suited for? What can he play? Give us an example. Give us an example of that.
Yeah, what she
Thank you for 56K.
Ooh, my finger.
And I know you did 56K, Vanessa Kirby is with somebody else.
Yeah, she was somebody else.
Pedro Pascal and Dakota Johnson. I neglected to mention in my other video, he apparently told her that she has great feet and she should go start an OnlyFans. Which is an odd thing, I think,
You're more
for
of a
a
joke?
male co-star to say about his female co-star, but okay. Then
Have you ever considered this? Maybe she's cheating. I'm just saying bullshit now, but like this is fucking ridiculous, man. Like I guess you can't joke and shit now with women. You can't make jokes with them and say weird shit. You know,
No.
like this is fucking weird, bro. Like I know for a fact JesterBell, maybe she's not like super friendly with the other sex, I guess. I don't like we don't know her sexual orientation. I'm not gonna like go into all this, but it does seem like she's kind of like
She is 26?
no way. Who said that? Who said that? No way. I don't believe that.
Degrassi.
26. I don't think
We
she's
need to find it
26.
out.
If
We need
she's
to find out her age.
26, if she's 26, yikes. That's all I'll say. Yo, yikes. Because she comes across like 18, 19. Like
Yeah,
she seems
she's
really
like a
young.
teenager. Yeah, she comes off like a
Yeah,
teenager.
I know. Like the only reason why I think she could be in her 20s, like her mid 20s, is because she has videos from 2016, and I'm like, she kind of looks the same. So I'm like, I don't know if she's like, was she really young when she was making these videos? Like, you know what I mean? Like people can be 14 and look like they're almost like
Yes.
18. You know what I mean? So I don't
I mean,
know.
no, Jared Tega still looks like he's a teenager.
Yeah.
It happens.
Oh shit.
Oh, you found her Instagram. Okay, that's how the.
Oh, for real? No.
Maybe 26.
Whoa.
No, we see them all having
Wait,
fun.
wait,
with
like
Chris
just
Evans and other-
turned 26, or is she going on 27? Oh
Sure.
no. Oh, yikes.
co-star on the promotion of this film, and we get to see Pedro Pascal kind of trying to blow on Dakota Johnson, or act like he is. When she's getting her picture taken, she has a fan, her hair is blowing in the wind, and he's kind of just trying to get close and act like he's blowing on her. And
But she's going along with the bit too. Like
Looking
you
for a
can't,
smarter way.
like you can't complain about him. Oh, he's blowing his nasty fucking stink breath in her face. She doesn't like it, but she's going along with it. What are you talking about? Like this is just like, like what are you talking about here?
Well, I know people that go along with stuff that don't like going along with it.
Yeah, but like, come on, this is on camera, right? Like this is
know.
not the same.
Put 'em
Like they
up.
know they're being recorded, right?
Yeah.
Like if there was a problem, then she would say so, right? Oh, they fucking bit me. Oh my god.
Dakota Johnson beat you. What is this game? Okay.
fine, I guess. I guess I have to go. I guess
You'd be lucky if a guy wants to blow on you. Okay.
Whoa! Pause, yo. That came out. That was a crazy sentence. Said yikes. Going on 27? No. For real? Oh no. Yo, no. Say it's not so. Oh no, she's going on 27. Oh my god, bro. Like, that's crazy. That's, oh no. She's really gonna be that 13 going on 30 look in a very soon.
Jennifer Gardner.
Yeah.
that's just
I
how
hate
his
clickers.
relationship
It wasn't
with
clickers, it
Dakota
was
Johnson
runners.
is as well.
I just beat the bloater
well
box.
as Vanessa Kirby. Pedro seems like a very touchy-feely guy, and to me, again, he might not be doing anything across the line if this just happens to be his relationship with these two separate women. But it just strikes me as odd for a guy in his 50s to act this way and act this touchy-feely. So it's okay to feel that way.
fuck, Red?
he acts touchy feely, and the thing is, he gets bitches. So like,
Yeah.
can we like, who cares? And you know, it'd be funny too. It'd be funny as hell if he's gay, on top of it all, and they still want him touching them up. Who the fuck cares? Who the fuck cares? This whole idea of this is Me Too and this is all bullshit. Like this is all fucking just made up shit in your head. Like this is.
She would look so stupid if Pedro Pascal comes out tomorrow and says he's gay, and then she'll make up some excuse.
Huh? Red, what are you saying, Red? Like, I'm 24, I'll fill up JesterBell for 9 months without hesitation. Yo, someone. Oh, he's a mod. We can't even put him on timeout. Oh my god, that's nasty work.
He is a mod.
Oh,
put yourself on timeout, Red.
Oh man.
Hey, Red.
Wait, it's okay to perceive that way about an actor when you see them on the red carpet, and these people are under a lot of scrutiny, and they're in the public eye all the time. But I just think that that's odd. It doesn't endear me to him to act this way, even if it's not a Me Too. Like a 50 years old man, why are you trying to feel all the time?
That's not what feeling up means.
Why are you trying? Yeah, like, oh my god, like again, it's like, why are you feeling over? Shut the fuck up. Seriously,
even if he tried filling up his co-stars, he would get the Me Too movement on his ass. He okay? In public, he'd be canceled. He would not be working again. Like seriously.
Like it's fine from there, and I don't know what Dakota Johnson feels about it, but that's just.
You clearly see the clip that she played along with it. Why don't you look at the reaction of the person of Dakota Johnson?
How I feel about it, but it's the other thing I want to say about Pedro Pascal is just an update. Once again, he's been in the news a lot, but there was that interview that he was talking about being led by Vanessa Kirby. Now, I thought it was interesting that Vanessa Kirby, she was talking about the relationship that they're going to have in the upcoming Fantastic Four film, and she was talking about it as if it's an equal partnership. But when Pedro Pascal piped up about it, he said that he is being led, and he's led by all the powerful women in his life. And this is another thing that doesn't endear me to him. Now, Pedro is trying to follow, I think, what is the most fashionable in his culture of Hollywood today. And standards about those sorts of things and the dynamics.
This is the feminist talk right here. This is what it is.
Dynamics between...
Because we know she likes to whip a verse. And this is the kind of stuff they talk to.
Genders is going to change. But here's the thing. This does not endear me to him at all. Once again, you're a 50-year-old man... And I see you kind of hanging over Vanessa Kirby on her apron strings and all that, and I just don't find that endearing. Because Pedro's like, for all intents and
Red, get the fuck out of the chat, man. Get the hell out of the chat. Get out of here. Leave.
Okay.
You're no longer wanted here. Oh my god, it's disgusting.
Okay. I know Mr. Fantastic. So, everybody sees Mr. Fantastic as a leader of Fantastic Four, but you have to understand, he gets married to Sue Storm. He's a co-leader now. Mm-hmm. When you get married to your teammate, you're not the leader anymore. You're a co-leader, okay? With Sue Storm. Okay? Sue Storm.
Well, I mean, JesterBell doesn't know. I mean, I think it's safe to say she doesn't know anything about a relationship.
Yeah.
It would be funny if she does have a boyfriend. I thought that would be funny. Or if
it's like this, right? Maybe the old-fashioned way, the man of the relationship is considered the man of the house, the leader. But guess times have changed. A man and a female in a marriage are supposed to be an equal relationship, right? That's the same thing, and that's the same thing in being the Fantastic Four. Reed Richards and Sue Storm are going to be co-leads because they're married.
Yeah. Yeah, he didn't say like it's just weird. Like it's just weird behavior.
Yeah, I mean. I think JesterBell. Here's the thing: if JesterBell gets married, I think she wants to be a sub. I think she likes a dom.
Woof! I got.
Nothing wrong with that, right?
No,
But
I think I just know I don't. Based on what she's saying, it just is like it's all just like made up goggly gup. I don't know. Maybe she wants to be some housewife or something.
yeah,
I don't fucking know. But it's like maybe deep down inside she really wants someone like Pedro Pascal to do this shit. Cause like I don't understand. Like why are you again? It's like that meme. I consent. I consent. I don't consent. Like who the fuck are you? Who the fuck are you? Is this like a three-way relationship? No. Get the fuck out of here. Like this is weird. Who cares? And you know what's funny too? The person who really should be saying, this is weird. Why are you doing this? Is the guy that she's married to.
of course you're red.
Vanessa Kirby. Like
I
no,
don't know.
like she never even brought. I don't even know who her husband is.
I don't know either. I didn't even.
Fuck.
She's not. She's engaged.
Oh
She's not
shit.
married yet.
Oh fuck. Oh, they're engaged.
She's
Okay.
engaged. Paul Rebel. He's not even an actor. He's a lacrosse player. And nobody. I mean,
Okay.
nobody watches lacrosse. Sorry. A lacrosse player.
Okay, so like this other guy, like does he
American.
like
It's American.
like I don't fucking know. It's just weird, man. Like who cares? Like
How the fuck does a lacrosse player marry end up with a celebrity like Vanessa Kirby? Nobody fucking watches lacrosse. Nobody knows about lacrosse. I'm sorry.
Purposes, what Hollywood has put forth as like the big male figure of today. And I don't think that the behavior where you're essentially, for lack of a better word, a beta, where you need to be led around,
you're a
you need
beta.
to touch
You're
Yeah.
a beta. You're a beta.
She wants
Like
to be the
like get the fuck out of here, right? Again, this is really for the male audience because it's like first off, one, who the okay.
We're
There's
on this
different
man.
dynamics for different relationships. Like who in all honesty, I don't know why some of these dudes are well I kind of know the psychology behind that a little bit, right? Because these dudes, the people who usually complain about other people's relationship are people who one don't have successful relationships
Mhm.
and two they either are not in a relationship, right? And they're really insecure about not being in a relationship, right? So those people because again it's like who like this whole idea of beta and alpha male like that shit is cringe as fuck. Like once you pass a certain age it's like man like are you really gonna be saying I'm beta, you're a beta, I'm alpha? Like that shit's cringe. Oh, I died. But like that's cringe to me. um it's really cringe. I don't know why people continue to feed into the shit. It's become more of a meme, like oh my god, fuck you, Bill.
women because of your anxiety and you need, that validation all the time. I just don't find it admirable.
You need invalidation from your audience. That's why you're posting
video
bullshit
be a
like
controversy,
this.
Yeah.
But here's the thing again. If you were a woman these days and you said, I love being led by all the powerful, strong men in my life, I just love being led, you would get lambasted.
No, you would.
Here's the problem.
Shut up.
JesterBell, here's
Shut
one
up.
thing, Brian.
Shut
Here's
the
the problem,
fuck up.
JesterBell. Everybody in the comments, I never seen one female. Or at least
I've never
somebody-
seen one female too because she's talking to a bunch of males.
Exactly.
And
Oh, yeah,
and
it took me.
shut the fuck up this bullshit. Oh, if you're nobody in this chat is full of guys, okay? Nobody for a second would believe that. If a woman came out and said that, they would all first off one, they would be praising her if they said that. I don't know what world she lives in, right? But first off, nobody would fucking take any sort of fucking issue with that. Like that's your prerogative. Like if you want something like that, that's fine, right? I mean, if anything, like some people have all these crazy standards in a relationship, but like I'm not the person dating them, so it's like if you want to fucking have those standards, go ahead, right? I don't really fucking care. It may be stupid to me, but like this is horseshit. We know this is fucking horseshit. Get the hell out of here. Fucking sorry, this is the zombies.
I'm a Sigma. Okay, you're a Sigma Red.
You would be called weak. You would be called anti-feminist. It would be
No,
said
you
that you have
wouldn't.
no self.
That you have no finish that. Hold on. What is she about to say?
Respect. But that's how
That's
I
not
feel
true.
about
That's
Pedro
not true.
Pascal.
And she knows that's not true.
Yeah.
and how he acts here. It feels like a guy who does not have. I'm like, have some self-respect, dude. Pull your own weight. Like, you're saying that Reed and Sue are going to be equals. I'm all for that. I'm all for both of them. But in the same way, like, we could criticize a woman for saying that she loves being led and she's led by all the powerful men in my life. So many people would dogpile on a woman to do that. But when a man does it, and he is
who would dogpile on a woman for that though?
Like, that's him being the good.
So what is she talking about? Like when she's saying this?
She clearly likes she likes powerful men. And she doesn't think she needs men to be.
Oh fuck!
I know she definitely wants to be a sub. Sorry.
It's just I don't know. This is just weird. It's just weird to me, you know.
Good guy by being submissive and being a beta.
You're the one who wants to be submissive. Like, the way you want. You're the one who wants to be submissive. I think this is self. I think this is.
Sorry.
I think it's just self projecting onto her.
I think it's projection. I always think when people go in these like, you know, these weird kind of tangents, especially ones where it's like, what does this have to do with the video, right? I think it's projection. I usually chalk up most things to being projection because it's like this makes no fucking sense. No. You know, like
I mean. Paul Mescal, it's funny because Paul Mescal and Pedro Pascal were both the stars of Gladiator, and I thought that there was a severe lack of masculinity in that movie that those kinds of characters would need to play those characters. But Paul Mescal
severe lack of what is her definition of masculinity, though?
Yeah, she doesn't give it. She doesn't understand.
And you know what's funny? Her definition of masculinity, the guys that she thinks or she thinks is masculine, they're not going for you.
No,
just saying. Whatever her definition is, that's why she's making a big stink like this. You see how we can fucking throw shit on her, bro? Like this is, I mean, like this is what I'm saying. Like, listen, could you imagine listening to this and believing this? You know what I mean? Like this shit is horrendous. If you're a guy listening to this and nodding your head, you first off, you need better standards for yourself. You need a life. You need to go out. You need to get a circle of friends and people who actually tell you the truth.
Yeah,
right now you're
blind. I call her a sub, right? And she probably like wants a dom, like a powerful dominant male. Most of her stands probably want to be a sub to her. They want her to be the.
That's why. Well, that's why she's posting a video like this.
Yeah,
she's posting a video like this, and we can go through this same very comment section. There's probably simps, and I mean simps in terms of these guys say the craziest things in a YouTube comment section. Like talk about no bitches. Okay, some of these comments, we should read to you this. This reeks. You're gonna be like, ew, man, get the fuck away from me.
I didn't listen to that stream, but I know what the Gracias told me about Max on that stream. But
same thing that we're done with the alpha male and all of that stuff, and saying that as a good thing. And it's like, you know, there's a certain level, like there was a certain level of cartoonish masculinity in movies before that was once again kind of a cartoon.
JesterBell, you want to understand something? We got a lot of masculinity movies in the 80s and 90s with the, you know, Arnold Schwarzenegger, Sylvester Stallone, and then all the Jean-Claude Van Damme, Steven Seagal, Chuck Norris kind of movies. You know what they all have in common? They're not very good actors. Most of them are not good actors.
No.
I mean, Arnold Schwarzenegger, I think, is underrated as an actor because he could be funny, but most of them are not good actors. But is that what you want? Is that what you want? Don't go back to the 80s and early 90s. The late 90s, they got away from that, right? In the late 90s, they got away from that. But it was a very 80s, early 90s thing, right? Mm-hmm. Is that what you want? Is that what you want, JesterBell? Because you might say Arnold Schwarzenegger's masculinity, but have you seen some of the movies he's been in the 90s, like Twins or Kindergarten Cop or things, or what's that one movie, Jungle All the Way, or what's that?
Yeah, Jungle All the Way. Yeah.
What's that other Danny DeVito movie when he gets pregnant? Oh wait.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. What movie was that one?
I forget what it's called.
Did you say Twins? No, not Twins. What the fuck was that one?
The twins. Yeah, there's another one there, Danny DeVito. I forget what it was, but he gets pregnant. I forget what it's called.
Why do I want to say Junior?
Caricature, if you
I think it might be Junior.
I don't know what I know what you're talking about, but like, yeah, that shit was cringe.
Yeah.
Like, I don't know what they were thinking with that one, but okay.
will, and maybe
Jingle,
went
Jingle All the
into
Way
very
is a
superficial
classic,
stuff.
bro.
Like
See,
Big
she's
Muscles
like
and Guns
just before she shows it. I have to mention Arnold Schwarzenegger, right? I mentioned Schwarzenegger. She shows it.
Yeah, but like Arnold
a lot
Schwarzenegger,
of
like there's
bravado
different
and
types of masculinity, right?
I
Like
know.
Arnold Schwarzenegger is like, I mean, obviously visually, like people like there's like it's so like again, this is all projection from her because it's like some people like look at like you don't have to look like Arnold Schwarzenegger for people to be like, oh yeah, that person's attractive or whatever, right? Or that person is like masculine. It was Junior, okay. But like but yeah, so it's like I don't know, it's just kind of stupid how like she's going on this entire rant. And mind you, something I was thinking about when you were talking, right? About some of this stuff. It kind of made me realize like, you know, she's ranting about the Fantastic Four movie.
Yeah.
And one of the characters in the Fantastic Four is supposed to be there's supposed to be some like analysis or some commentary about looks, about the way people look and how they feel about themselves.
Yeah.
That's a core part of the Fantastic Four. I don't even need to say the character. Everybody knows in the comments who I'm talking about. That's a core part of the character. And it's funny and it's ironic as hell that she's talking about masculinity and the way things look. Meanwhile, the story has always been about this character being self-conscious about their looks and feeling like they're not masculine or they're not pretty enough and no one would accept them because they're not attractive enough.
Mm-hmm.
So I just find it fucking really ironic that, like, again, it's like you're ranting about all this shit, but yet the Fantastic Four flies in the face of what you believe in.
Yeah.
From 60 years ago. You know, so this is why I say she's first off, she's a bumbling idiot who has no self-awareness. Kirby. You know, so like it's just stupid. Seriously, it's
Mole
stupid.
Man or Degrassi's Mole Man.
Yeah, it's Mole Man. No, like just so stupid.
Galactus. Galactus is sticking his. It's all Galactus. That's why he's sticking
It's
his
all
fist out
Galactus.
on the
Yeah.
universe.
all that kind of stuff, and it was very superficial, and you could say that wasn't really the best version of masculinity either because it didn't focus on what you should focus on if you're doing a positive version of masculinity, which would be someone's good qualities of character, how they behave, how they act. It's valid.
What?
But get the fuck out of here.
Yeah,
Get the fuck out of here. Get the fuck out of here. Yeah, it just goes back to what I was saying. It's all just fucking horse shit from this fucking
The problem
girl.
is she showed a clip from a movie, not from real life. You can't compare the two. She showed Arnold Schwarzenegger from a movie, right? That clip from Predator, right?
Mhm.
JesterBell, you also earlier in this video, she's not listening, but if she ever did, earlier you showed the Vanessa Kirby from Comic-Con, and then I think that was Mexico CCXP. You showed clips from real life events, and you showed Predator, Arnold Schwarzenegger Predator. You showed a movie, and you compared a movie to real life stuff. You can't compare. That's apple and oranges.
Mhm.
You don't know what Arnold Schwarzenegger is like in real life. You think Arnold Schwarzenegger is like that in his real life?
To say like not like there were a lot of superficial depictions in the past, but these days it seems like they just don't understand what positive qualities for masculinity there are, and their response to it is this new submissiveness, like a sort of role reversal.
Yeah, but that's not like that's what I'm saying. It's so disingenuous, her argument, because it's like, first off, one, you're talking about, you're like, oh, this is their version of masculinity, but you're talking about comments from actors. You're not talking about the movies themselves and the characters in them.
Mm-hmm.
Because if that was the case, then like there's tons and tons of masculine characters who for I mean, their whole thing isn't just that they're attractive and pretty. You know what I mean? Like if you're talking about Marvel, it's like, well, isn't there Captain America? Like people always talk about how well, yeah, because he's played by Chris Evans, but Captain America was seen as an attractive character because because it was all mostly about his characteristics. Obviously, he's played by Chris Evans. That has to do with it too. But it's like, there was never a focus on the character's looks, right? It was all about his qualities and his principles and his beliefs. So it's like there has been characters currently that are masculine that people do look up to. I mean, and like so it's just like again, she's playing. It's like you're playing into something that people in your audience already believes, and it's a hollow argument because I don't even think she believes this. I don't think she believes this at all. I think she just is like, oh, saying bullshit and it sounds fucking nice and oh yeah, they're gonna eat this up, right? Because that's what she's become. She's become like this slop outrage machine where she's reading these comments and she's deep in the comments. You know what I mean? She's deep in that little fucking sweaty roomverse, looking at his fucking comments and going like, "Yeah, I agree with this. They agree with me." And it's
That's
just,
funny.
and then that's how you fall down a fucking rabbit hole, right? Where you got what they call it? They call it I think it's audience locked or something. I can't remember the term.
Yeah.
Someone may know the term, but this is when basically you pigeonhole yourself to the point where you have to say things just so your audience can agree with it, right? And what your audience believes, which let's be real, a ton of anti-woke people, they are completely audience locked. That's why these anti-woke people will never stop the anti-woke stuff, no matter what, because if they do, look at so many people who do speak out and they have one little fucking point and then they go on and then the audience gets divided. Perfect example, I don't know if people even know who this guy is. I mean, he's a pretty well-known YouTuber. But look at I'm blanking on his fucking name. Rageaholic. What's his fucking name? You know, the guy with the glasses and he's all edgy and shit, and now all of a sudden I'm a Christian. And even though 10 years ago this guy was like talking about heavy metal music and all types of quote unquote demonic video games and movies. You know who I'm talking about? Razor Fist. There we go. Razor
Oh,
Fist.
Laserface is still around. Yeah.
Yeah, but he was audience locked. The moment the audience disagreed with him, he got fucking steamrolled, and now he's going on to the point where, oh, I'm gonna sue this person, I'm gonna sue that person.
Yeah,
and,
yeah.
You know what I mean? Like, and it's just ridiculous. You look like a fucking clown, right? Like, who the fuck are you gonna sue? It was your own fault. It was bullshit that you said, and people just decided, you know what? I don't agree with you, right? And to be honest, fuck, that was a time where the audience was right because what you were saying was dumb. Yeah, Razor Fist. I mean, yeah, Jesus is a metalhead, but all of a sudden now they're all these people. I find it really funny how these people like have flipped on a dime. You know what I mean? Like whatever's profitable, whatever makes money, they will change their opinion. They do not have any principles whatsoever.
Yeah.
They don't believe in shit. They just believe in what makes them the most amount of money. That's really it. If tomorrow it was all, it's actually anti-woke to hype up trans people or it's actually anti-woke to be atheist, they'll do it. Okay, if it's profitable and that's how the audience is swaying, they'll do it. I'm telling you, they will 100% do it. They'll flip on a dime. These people have no principles whatsoever.
I called him Taser Clit, and you did not like it.
Yeah, he's a fucking dunce.
Yeah.
So Pedro fits into that perfectly. I think that's why he's getting a lot of roles, part of it, and it's just not appealing to me. Like I would not want somebody who is right my apron strings as a woman constantly or trying to touch fetch me to validate himself constantly. I just don't find it endearing or attractive. Now, in terms of Pedro Pascal's behavior
That's
with all
fine,
these
but
women,
like that.
I
But you're not Vanessa Kirby. You're not fucking Dakota Johnson. You're not any of those people who are even near him. So why? Well, so again, why is it your concern? You know, like
Yeah.
it's not your concern.
Why
You know, keep it pushing. Just talk about the fucking movies. This has nothing to do with the movies. This just is just behind the scenes and them posting on social media. Like, you know, like oh shit.
If this is end up being true, it'd be the greatest thing on YouTube if Doomcock fooled everybody. I don't believe it.
That would be funny. I don't believe it, but yeah.
said in my last video, and everyone is saying this, it's so evident that Pedro Pascal is either gay or bisexual or a part of the LGBT community. Now, some people said, how could you say that Pedro Pascal is gay? Well,
that apparently that makes him gay, right?
And then I would teach you how to be a bitch who reads.
Okay.
Okay, so
I'm
he makes jokes.
Just like my outfit.
And even if he was gay, like who cares? Who the hell cares? Yeah. You're saying that a gay man can't be masculine because they're gay? Like again, it's like
that's
like aren't we? And I wouldn't be surprised if she's gonna go down that path. Trust me, she's gonna go down that path eventually where she does say stuff like that, right? But it's like
time fitting in.
Go ahead, continue talking. I'm just gonna mute this.
No, but it's so ridiculous. It's like, come on, like. Even if he is gay, who the fuck cares? That's none of our business. Who the fuck cares? Like again, what does this have to do with being a fucking movie star? What does this have to do with acting? Like you get warped up on some of the craziest things, and it's like most of these people are just normal people. You know, they just want to live their lives in fucking peace. Like who the fuck cares?
There's this. She's definitely pointing out the stereotypical.
Yeah, she's like, oh, he acts stereotypically gay, and he makes all these these jokes, and he says bitch. He says bitch.
I say bitch too, and I'm straight.
But he says it in a catty way. Oh shit.
There's a lot of regular straight. There's a lot of regular, not straight. I'm saying there's a lot of regular men that don't look stereotypically gay that are gay.
Mm-hmm.
Right.
Well, I mean, look at okay. Well, obviously I knew this. It's been years now, but like before, I didn't know Neil Patrick Harris was gay. I didn't know that.
There's a lot of actors that I didn't know were gay. Neil Patrick Harris.
No, but I know he's been gay for years now. But like when I found that out, I was like, oh, there's some people you find out are gay, and you're like, I didn't even know that. You know who? Okay, this is a writer. But you know,
kind of taboo in Hollywood, right? Kind of be gay.
Yeah, but okay, here's a perfect example. Here's a perfect example because, okay, the guy who wrote Fight Club, his name's Chuck Palahniuk. This is a weird last name. That guy is gay. Okay, if you've read Fight Club, I mean, maybe like in hindsight afterward, you go, yeah, maybe it was a little kind of gay. But no one would ever think the guy who wrote Fight Club was gay. Okay.
You know what?
I'm just saying.
That's really meant because there's a lot of straight actors that play gay roles now, and vice versa.
Yeah, it doesn't matter. But like the people you don't suspect being gay, they're gay.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like that's because the stereotype of this flamboyant person. Yeah, there's some people like that, but not everybody's like that.
Wait a minute. How are you gay points for Are you saying JesterBell is gay? Is a man?
What if I said I think a woman diagnosed with autism spectrum should be allowed to be reproduced? You know, like I mean, the thing is, she would.
Does it pass down?
She would probably deny it and say that she's not autistic, right? But it's like, you know, we could say a bunch of fucking shit about her. That's what I keep saying. It's like you're just saying shit about somebody, with faulty, weird evidence.
I mean, Bella Ramsey got diagnosed by being autistic on the set of Last of Us.
Fight Club is an allegory for being in the closet. It just has some homoeroticness to it that's there, but it's not. But the thing is, the people who hype up Fight Club, they don't fucking know that.
It's like
that was my point.
It's like Pedro Pascal is not allowed to be, funny.
No, he's not allowed to be himself.
Yeah,
Apparently.
not allowed to be himself.
He's not allowed to do any of this stuff because it's too much. It's weird. It's not acceptable. It's like I'm really surprised like how many people are going after him just because the way that he's acting. It's like, but yet I don't see anybody talking about Jared Leto. Jared Leto has been accused of fucking weird shit. He's still doing weird shit, and I don't see anybody talk about that or these quote unquote people.
But the reason I'm bringing it up is, that would probably explain why he's very effeminate.
He wouldn't bring this up. She wouldn't bring this up if she doesn't hate the guy.
And, you see him being held by other men. And,
because Oscar Isaac and Pedro Pascal are best friends. Don't you know they're best friends?
Male friends. And
male friends do hug each other. Female friends do hug each other. They're best. Here's the thing. Oscar Isaac, from what I know, Oscar Isaac and Pedro Pascal are like brothers. They're real close type friends, like brotherly friends. Of course they'll hug each other. God.
Yeah.
I mean, there's a fucking clip of Superman hugging Batman. Relax.
So,
Superman hugs Batman. Does that make Superman less masculine then? That's from the anime series. You seen that clip? Right?
Oh, but remember when Superman was yelling at Lois and she said that was so like unmasculine. That was like, he can't, you know what I mean? Like.
I saw a video the other day where somebody just completely obliterated her video on this.
Was that on X?
No, it was on
Twitter. Sorry,
Twitter. On YouTube.
Okay. I'm not calling that platform X. Fuck no.
Maybe that explains some of it, and so maybe there really is nothing.
She needs to be hugged.
Foul going on behind the scenes, but
maybe if he's straight, you don't fucking know. Just because he's acting like this, does that mean he's not straight? He's not a masculine or straight man because he acts like this? Like think about this. Like this is what I'm saying. Like this is why it's hard. It really is hard for me to believe that she is 27. Like that's like wow, man. Like talk about like I don't know. Maybe it's just the image of her, like the way she's dressed, so she just comes across really immature. Like she just doesn't look like someone who is of that age. But this shit is like
masculine.
What to do this shit you're doing for views is just.
I have the definition of masculine right here. They have their qualities such as strength or confidence, which are considered typical of men. Strength or confidence. I think what he's doing in those clips is confidence, faith in others. Strength to have faith in others to help him out with his anxiety. That takes strength to do. Men, like blind. You and I, everybody. I said this earlier. We all suffer sometimes, and when we go to friends for help, or whether we go to family or friends for help, or therapy for help, or we find things that help us with our issues, that takes strength. That's masculine. That takes confidence. That's masculine. That's all it means. It doesn't mean big muscles. It just means strength and masculine. Okay? That's all it means. If he wasn't masculine, he wouldn't grab Vanessa Kirby's hand for support.
I'm hugging JesterBell right now.
Yeah, you do that.
Out of here. Yeah, go ahead.
The women out there.
It takes confidence and strength. It takes confidence and strength for Pedro Pascal to have confidence if Vanessa Kirby was able to help him deal with anxiety. That's masculine right there. By the definition of masculine. I don't know what she thinks masculine means, because whatever she thinks it means, that's not what the definition is.
Who think that this guy.
And the problem is a definition for men. I think it should not be a definition for men because strength and confidence can also be for women. Like
is attractive, right? Apparently. I just don't find anything attractive about this.
Hey, good for
sort
you.
Of beta male simpering that he does.
Like
I don't find it
beta male simpering. Like it's so she's really on this I like alpha male people. So people in the comment section can go and tell her I'm an alpha male. Like you know how fucking cringe that is? No, fucking, especially at 27. 27, that's cringe. That's fucking cringe. Holy fuck. I'm
attractive
blown the fuck away. I'm blown the fuck away.
to just need to be touching other people constantly for validation. I don't find it attractive for someone to submit to basically a role reversal of old stereotypes as me, like, well, I'm going to be the submissive one right now who needs to be led around by everyone else. And that makes me a good person. And I'm like, it tells me you don't have a lot of self-respect. Just nothing of
What the fuck?
Wait, what? What? Bitch, get the fuck out of here. Get the fuck out of here.
What'd you say, Jess?
Can we play
really
that
is
back?
nothing foul
Holy
going on behind the
shit.
scenes. But
Get
I
the
just
fuck
say,
outta
for
here.
all of the women out there who think that this guy is attractive, apparently, I just don't find anything attractive about this sort of beta male simpering that he does. I don't find it attractive
beta male simpering,
to
yeah,
just
but
need to be
there's
touching
tons
other
of
people
simps in the
constantly
comments.
for validation. I don't find it attractive for someone to submit to basically a role reversal of old stereotypes and be like, well, I'm going to be the submissive.
What? This is weirdo shit. This is truly some weirdo shit.
He does look Frodo.
Who the fuck gives a... What the fuck? You're... Like, okay, it's one thing to say, I don't want that, I'm not into that, or whatever, right? But you're like, oh, if you do it, you're fucking weak, and you're, I looked at... That's weird. You're fucking weird. You know what I mean? Like, first off, you care way too much about other people, probably because you're in your stinky ass fucking Kirby room. You know what I mean?
Hey,
Like, this is like...
You know who's beta? Your favorite couple, Gambit. Beta.
Yeah, I guess that's
Rogue.
beta and yeah, just fucking this shit coming from her. This is weird. This is beyond fucking
Yeah, aren't you
weird.
simply Wolf from X-Men?
Yeah, she does. She sims for Gambit too. By the way, she's 27. She sims for a fictional character. Just saying.
Gambit's beta for Sims for Rogue. Okay.
One right now who needs to be led around by everyone else. And that makes me a good person. And I'm like, it tells me you don't have a lot of self-respect. Just nothing about...
I think he has self-respect. I don't think you have self-respect. I really don't.
The guy endears me to him. And I'm like, people who actually respect women out there, they don't need to say it. That's all I'm saying. They don't need to say it.
Are you saying she's kind of saying she doesn't... Pedro Pascal doesn't respect women. Is that what she's trying to say?
A lot of times in the past, the loudest voices talk about how, look at me, I respect women, have been turned out to be the worst people. And I'm not saying that about Pedro Pascal.
But you're implying
yeah, like, I hate when they do shit like that.
Yeah.
Just stand on business, bitch. Stand on business, bitch. We know you fucking can't stand on business. You fucking...
Talking to other people behind the scenes about it, I would like to say that there's been a lot of things that have happened with celebrities. A lot of things that happened with celebrities that people brushed off at the time, and only later, when other events happened, did they look back and go, "Oh, that was kind of odd."
So I want to see videos of other celebrities, not just Pedro Pascal. If you don't, then it says a lot about you, not Pedro Pascal at all.
And even if there's nothing actually bad behind the scenes about Pedro Pascal, I do want to say this though, like, Vanessa Kirby and Pedro Pascal were talking about the old Fantastic Four comics and some of the stereotypes that would be there between Reed and Sue and how outdated it was and how they're doing the modern version now. And they also talked about how the 2005 movie was outdated with how it would objectify Sue Storm. And, like, I agree, there were outdated elements for that stuff, and they were products of their time. But what does being a product of your time mean? Well, it usually means that these were behaviors that were normalized at the time, and they were so normalized that a lot of people didn't even see what was wrong with them. Like, so the sexist stereotypes against Sue Storm about how all women are just foolish back then. It would just be seen as normal back in the 60s to talk like that and to talk in stereotypes. Or
that's what you want, because you want men.
No, but here's the thing. Here's the thing. This is also kind of wrong too, right? Because there were still people at that time who knew that was wrong or whatever, right? It's just that yeah, it was normalized, so to speak. But just because it was normalized back then doesn't mean it was also
That's
not wrong back then as well. So it's like this is kind of like again like a bit of a weird argument to make where you're like, okay, you could say whatever, like, yeah, the it is what it is, right? That's fine. But like if they want to do something different or they feel like they want to do something that is still in line with what the comics are, and mind you, it's like um you're all about comic book accuracy and all this bullshit. Yet most of our arguments about this movie have nothing to do with comic book accuracy.
no, no.
None.
It's mostly about Pedro Pascal.
Yeah, mostly.
In the early 2000s, if you criticize the objectification of Jessica Alba, you would have been called a Puritan and a prude. But that's just how society works. Like, there's stuff in the past that isn't okay to talk badly about.
Yeah, but exactly like you said, just because it wasn't talked as much about. First of all, when those movies came out, the biggest social media platforms was Facebook and MySpace, and Facebook wasn't like as cesspool it is now. And MySpace, while MySpace was very popular, it wasn't a place where people were very opinionated on because I had MySpace, right? So once social media got, it's really X, Twitter. When Twitter came along in 2009 and it got big as it was, that's when things changed. Things a lot for, I think a lot changed a lot of the
Hmm.
future, right? Of stuff like this, where people got to voice their opinion on stuff that they couldn't back in the 2000s because they didn't
Hmm.
have those kind of, they may have blogs or things like that, but they didn't have those social media, those networks like that in the 2000s, where everybody could voice something
Hmm.
on a simple thing, right? On a simple platform, like when simple platform like X until like 2009 when X came along. Like Facebook and MySpace were the two biggest, but a lot of people didn't really express their opinion on MySpace and Facebook at the time because
Hmm.
Facebook, but Xbox was not Xbox, but X was really the first big platform where people really were said what there was inside. Or back then, people were like, I'm going to the restaurant today." I remember that.
Yeah. Yeah, people just
Yeah,
now I mean you're kind of right. Yeah, people have like need to voice their opinion about every little fucking thing that happens, every piece of news and everything. Like you can't really go on Twitter without like today, like all like I was like, "Oh my God, like this is fucking cringe." Or people were like going, "Oh, Tom King's a war criminal. Tom King's a war criminal." And you're like, "Okay, he's a war criminal based on what?" And then they're posting on all these comments about like, "Oh, um comments are saying, "Oh, he said he orchestrated the Iraq invasion." And it's like, "Okay, but all the clips that you're posting like he doesn't even say any of that." But it's like, "Oh yeah, because he worked for the CIA." He worked for the CIA when he was like 22. And you're like, he was the one personally who orchestrated the entirety of the Iraq war. And he's a war crime and he needs to be. It's like, man, like some of these people, it's like they they feel real self-righteous about certain things. You know what I mean? Like they're the ones who are the moral people, right? And it's all just like, yeah, well, like I don't know who you fucking are. And then most of the time you click on these accounts and it turns out, oh, guess what? It's a fucking like child. You know what I mean? It's an 18-year-old kid. Like, what the fuck?
hmm
Like you're telling me, a 18-year-old kid, you're telling me how life works? Get the fuck out of here. I'm 20. Basically I'm 25. I don't fucking know shit about most of the world. And you're telling me an 18-year-old is gonna tell everybody how shit works? Get the fuck out of here, man. Like some of these people, man, like some of these people either need like I don't know, they need either some fucking hardcore life fucking experience, like something to happen to them for them to wake the fuck up, or like I don't know, like I don't want to say violence, but like some of these people need a good like fucking knock in the head and be like, okay, you know what? I'll smarten up. You know what I mean? Like not that I want that, but I kind of do want that. Because it's like they say dumb shit. Oh fuck. Sorry.
Out when it happens, but only in retrospect do we call them outdated and laugh at them or think that they were actually terrible. And in the same way, I'm like, okay, you guys are looking down at these old comics and things like that and talk about how we've evolved, but what about the things now that are going to be looked down at the future? Like now, it's not okay to say that you think that Pedro Pascal's sort of simpering behavior is wrong. Like that's sort of the new normal that they're trying to push.
But that's typically how things go in the world.
Yeah, you get when you're first off, again, we keep saying this, we don't fucking know, right? And you're the one coming on here and telling us based on clips that, oh yeah, this is a Me Too situation. That's not a, like, do you even know what a fucking Me Too situation is? Like, this is someone who, first off, if it was to come out and say, oh yeah, it was a Me Too situation, it would not be based on these fucking clips. It would be based on fucking testimonies and people actually going to the police, or, you know, rumors being spread like this person did this to me in an enclosed area. This is all public. This is all being recorded and it's consensual. You know, or at least, again, it's like with these people, it's like you always have to say, well, at least it appears to be consensual, because again, we don't fucking know.
You know what? Like she mentions feeling me up, right? Feeling me up, that's a Me Too thing. Right? Shaking somebody's hand is not a sexual act. Okay? It's not a sexual act. Okay? It's not. Yes, couples in marriages, they hold each other's hands. But it's not always. But holding each other's hands is not always a sexual act. Okay, it's also a comfort thing. But feeling me up is, definition-wise, that term means feeling somebody up without somebody's permission, sexually. So that means kind of like maybe putting their two hands on the shoulder, on a woman's shoulder, without their consent, or around their waist without their consent. You know. Stuff like that, right? Like
with masculinity in Hollywood now. But like, what about in the future? Are we going to look back at Pedro Pascal? Are people going to look back at the things that he is saying about being led and how he behaved on the red carpet and go like, that was the guy?
You will. I don't think anybody else would care.
Was the leading man at the time, and talk about how outdated that was and how outdated his ideals were. I would just caution Pedro Pascal and the people involved with these new movies right now, because we're not all evolved. You know, things are always changing. We don't always have all the answers.
Of course you're not involved.
Yeah, we don't. It's funny she says that, but yet here she is talking about how weird and all this shit is.
Yeah.
Because it's like, in other words, it's like, yeah, you're clearly biased toward your perspective, but what you're saying is supposed to be an equal perspective, right? It's supposed to be like, yeah, it could be either or, but again, we don't have the evidence. And the thing is, yeah, it's like we don't have the evidence, and based on fucking clips, you got to be fucking kidding me. Like you're like, again, you're grasping at fucking straws, and then what? Like you're putting this out there to then do what? Do a gotcha on people? Like, is that what you think this is? Like, you're gonna do a gotcha on people because they're like, hey, listen, I'm gonna believe that he's a decent person. Like, I'm not gonna just assume that he's a fucking gross, despicable piece of shit based on jokes and fucking silliness that he posted on social media. Like, you know what I mean? Like, this is what I'm saying. Like, this bitch is retarded.
Answers right in front of us, and just because we think we're doing the right thing in the moment doesn't mean that we are. Just because you act like you're more evolved than the things in the past doesn't mean that you're not going to be the dinosaur in the future. People are going to look back and go like, what were people thinking then? Here's
also the thing, right, too, right? It's like there are things right now that people are doing that people believe that are not right too, and then perspective changes, right? That's what I was saying before with the whole Sue Storm thing. It's like, yeah, it still was wrong. There's people who are doing it and normalizing it, but it's still wrong. But it's like, as it currently stands, it's like, yeah, I'm sure back then too. Like, I wouldn't be like, oh, you know, Stan Lee, you know, he's a piece of shit just because, yeah, he had these like weird misogynistic writing in his books. It's like, yeah, was it wrong? I'm sure he would even agree. Yeah, you know, it was wrong what I did. Like, people can learn from their mistakes, even if it was abhorrent. You know what I mean? Like, I don't know. Here's the thing, right? Maybe this is a crazy take. And sadly, this might be a crazy take. But like, I think people should be able to be redeemed. You know what I mean? Like, people should be able, even if you are a currently a despicable piece of shit. I feel like if you put in the work and you prove and you right your wrongs and stuff, I think you deserve some type of redemption.
If
Like,
it's
we're all
if,
human.
if
You
it's
know what I mean?
legit, yeah.
Yeah, if it's legit, yeah, I think people deserve a redemption. People could be abhorrent pieces of shit and never fucking realize that they're abhorrent pieces of shit. You know what I mean? Like, and I feel like the people who eventually come to that point, I mean, yeah, I mean, and here's the thing. I mean, if you committed a crime, you deserve to fucking stay in prison, but I still think they could be redeemed. You know what I mean? Like, they I believe everybody should have an attempt at a redemption, regardless of what fucking shit they do. And like I said, that apparently is going to be a crazy take from this fucking crowd of people, because these people do not have lived fucking experiences. They don't live fucking normal fucking not normal. I don't want to say normal, but they haven't lived an entire life, right? To see, right, or hear stories about certain stuff. You know what I mean? Like, it's just so insane to fucking, especially for someone who had, like, this person isn't accused of a crime. They're not doing anything wrong or illegal. It's all just based on fucking clips on the internet that are really just supposed to be jokes. You know what I mean? Like, are we all just supposed to believe, like, oh yeah,
Yeah.
because I make jokes about like certain things, like, all of a sudden now that makes you like, oh, a sex pest, a molester, a Harvey Weinstein? Like, that's where we're going with. Like, this
Always they
this
always take
is
clips, but never
this
show
is
the full context.
despicable.
That's
And
what
that's what
they
I do.
really do. These people do. They always take
Yeah,
clips, never show the true context, the full clip, full
these
clip.
people are despicable though. Like seriously, like, they have um no heart, no fucking soul in their mind. It's all just like, I'm here to fucking uh say as much bullshit as I can possibly can, and have no repercussions on what they're saying. Like, this video is just gonna fade into obscurity. But it's like, you could say this bullshit, but yet
Which
about people that by the way, too, this is another thing. You're saying this not just in your private space. It's one thing to just believe this, but you're saying this to thousands of people.
yeah.
You know what I mean? Like, this is like, there's no fucking like, oh, maybe I should be careful with how I word things, or like, maybe I shouldn't present it like this because then people will take the wrong thing. But she doesn't give a fuck. She doesn't give one. Like, someone could take away this video, watch half of it,
And
be like, oh, you know what? He is a Me Too guy. He's fucking Harvey
and
Weinstein. He's the next Harvey Weinstein.
this is
Based on
exactly why
what?
she's a hypocrite too. When she lied, and a couple weeks ago, she said she's going to not focus on rage bait, clickbait kind of things. But what do we? But that's a obvious lie because she has been
Yeah,
doing that.
that's a straight up lie. And I don't know why she continues to say that, as, oh, I'm not gonna do that. It's like, you do that because, one, you're not
Yeah,
really successful at anything else. When you look at all
yeah,
your views, instead of, and you could, and these people like to always go, oh, the algorithm and all this shit like that. It's like, the algorithm also promotes positive content too. You do realize, right? Like, maybe
yeah.
maybe it's
If
just
you,
that you're in a niche, and
yeah.
your niche.
That's exactly my point. Because like blinded, if you're gonna type in positive, just say you're gonna type in a positive Superman reviews or takes James Gunn Superman. If you watch a bunch of videos in one day, guess what? The next name, the algorithm, is gonna showcase other videos
Mhm.
to watch, recommend on the same topic. That's how it works, right?
Right.
They don't recommend you random things. They recommend you what your algorithm what you searched up.
Right.
Like
Yeah, and these people fall. Well, this is why I had
you
to
know,
unsubscribe from her, because when you watch one of these videos, they're such clickable videos
yeah,
where, she puts them in a way where it's like, it grabs your attention, it grabs your emotion, like, and she knows that there are going to be people who I can't even say the word I can't even say it. I'm not going to say it. I don't know why. Someone will put it in the comments, the goddamn fucking word I'm trying to say, but they absolutely hate what she's saying, but they'll still give into it and complain about it. And that's why I'm like, you know what? I'm not gonna do this because out of all the people, she is the one who, like, she just is like the her audience is playing. She's playing right into the audience's hand. Um, I don't know. I just think it's despicable. Like this is like, and I used to watch her videos. I thought she had some decent takes, but then she just went down this fucking crazy rabbit hole, or she gave into like the really fucking negative shit.
The thing is, the negativity on YouTube is what get people to watch. I mean, if I start doing that, I'll probably get more people watching too. But I decided that's not me. That's not me. To me, I mean, obviously, I would like to have as much subs as her, obviously, right?
Hmm.
But I don't find talking negatively fun about things.
I think there's a balance with everything, but
Yeah.
for sure, like I'm not always gonna be like this
What?
positive
It's
person or
she just sounds
always
bitter.
negative.
That's the
It's
thing.
just
I
yeah, I
just
agree.
think,
I agree.
like, if you don't like anything, because all her content is all rage bait, all things she doesn't like, except for Rogan Gambit, it sounds like she's bitter. Like things are not going well in her
Well, she
life.
doesn't even like Rogan Gambit because it's like, oh, the comics are ruined and look at what
Oh,
they did here and all this shit. Like, so it's a lot of bullshit too, right? And I was,
Wanted to
I
say
was
what you
thinking
think
about
now and
making a
why I should.
video,
stop sharing this.
um, a video called like, oh, everything sucks. So now what? Right? Because it's like you get all these people talking so much about like how their favorite properties they just hate now. You know what I mean? Like, and I'm like, that's not a psychologically a good thing.
It's not
That
healthy.
everything that you like is now something you hate. That's not healthy at all. But like again,
No,
these people are so fucking like entrenched in this shit where they don't really understand that. And it's like, listen, if you were around a group of people and you were constantly acting like this, those people wouldn't want to hang out with you,
no, you
right?
know what?
Because
We'll
it's yeah,
sell
because
grapes.
yeah, and well, one is gonna bring them down too,
Yeah,
right?
it's yeah,
No
yeah.
one wants it. No one wants to hear that. And sometimes, yeah, it's like, yeah, not you're not gonna like everything. I'm not saying you need to like everything, but I also feel like there was, the saying, if you don't have nothing nice to say, don't say it. Like some of these people, I feel like there also needs to be a bit of that. You don't always need to voice your negativity and what, um, things that oh, I don't like this, I don't like that. There's a lot of things that we all don't like. Do we sit there and talk about it? No, because why would it? It would just bother us. Think about it. Think about everything that you disagree, that you hate, that you cannot stand,
It's
right?
funny.
Serial killers, neo-Nazis, racist, all the things you could think of that are just makes your skin crawl, it upsets you, it makes you sad. And imagine every day you wake up, you constantly think about it. Every
Yeah,
conversation you talk with someone is about the things that you hate. Everything. When you're eating, that's what you think. When you're out with your friends, that's what you think. Do you know that's a mental illness? That's literally that's a mental illness that you have, where you wake up and you're constantly just thinking about shit that you hate. That is not healthy. That is not good. If you do not like what Marvel and DC is doing, it's okay to criticize them, but move on.
and guess what?
Move
Marvel
on
and
after the
DC,
criticism.
whether you criticism, no, Marvel and DC are not going to listen to her anyway.
No, they're not. Well, first off, one, who is she? She's like, oh, I'm an
Yeah,
independent filmmaker. I'm an independent filmmaker too.
I
The
could do
guy
that too, and
making
I'm not.
porn is fucking independent filmmaker. What,
I can make a.
you know what
I
I
can
mean?
make a.
Like,
I could make a 10 minute. I could record 10 minutes of something right now, and I'd be considered an independent filmmaker.
exactly. Like it's nothing, right? Okay, like it's good you're trying to make things. Okay, good for you, but it's like it doesn't mean your opinion is now fucking you're on the level of Martin Scorsese. You know what I mean? Like you go make a movie and let it be profitable. Then maybe we could start talking, right?
I don't want to create a new podcast. I want to create a new playlist, not a new podcast.
Says your generation is fuck blinded. Here's the thing. It's like I agree. It's fucked. Like I don't like saying that, but it's fucked in the way where you're like, how did this fucking even happen? Where it's like where people are just so like this kind of fucking like schizoed out. You know what I mean? Like,
Mm-hmm.
you know, people say, "Oh, it's because of our generation," but I think it's because of fucking the parents, the fucking people around. They just fucking kind of allowed this shit to occur, and they think it's okay. You know, they think it's all right or there's nothing wrong. But it's like, or they have maybe weird pressures that they put on these kids. Like, I don't fucking know. I really don't fucking know. But I see it. I think it's a massive concern. You know, like whether it's like self entitlement or whatever.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, yeah, we're all Gen Z sideways, right? So it's like, uh, I mean, not Aaron and most of the people in
Fan
the
versus
chat
bad.
except for Red. But yeah,
Yeah,
but
Red's
yeah,
bad.
I don't know.
I, I
I
think
don't know what's going on.
I think Red is this. Yeah, I remember back in the day when it's like Star Wars versus Star Trek fans. It wasn't really about politics or anything like that. Like
Yeah.
it was just like stuff like that, or like Marvel versus DC. It was not about like politics or not getting involved. It was just
Now you
it's
got
just
people who are they say they're Marvel fans, but they don't even like Marvel.
how
You know
can
what
you
I
be
mean?
Marvel
Like
fans?
I don't know, but there's people like that. Like their whole like well look at all these people who are like they hate Star Wars. Their whole thing is that they hate Star Wars, but they're Star Wars fans. But you hate everything about Star Wars besides a couple of things, and but every day you're gonna talk about how you hate Star Wars. I don't know that that's just weird. It's weird. I think it's sick.
Mm-hmm.
You know, we don't talk about that. I think it's definitely 100% social media. I don't think social media, if social media did not exist, I don't think this problem would exist.
No, probably
And I'm
just
and I don't think social media is bad, but
yeah.
I think people need to either I don't know. I think YouTube like I wish I was like some like million sub channel so I could
Me
sit
too.
down and talk with the people at YouTube running the
I just
algorithm.
want to be $1 million sub channel, just have some random top title and get like thousands of people watching, like Charlie does, because that's what Charlie does now.
I don't even want thousands of people watching. I just want to be in the rooms talking with these people because
Well,
it's
that's
like
true.
the algorithm. I feel like it works, but it also works too well. Like it works almost like a negative. I was gonna come on in here and say, because this is kind of relevant. I at least 56K probably may know what's going on, but did you hear what happened to Slopes and what's been going on with him? You know,
No.
Slopes. Tony was in one of his videos. I think who else was in one of his videos too, because of the Miko. But Slopes, if you know Slopes
Oh, now I
Gaming,
know. Yeah, I remember now. Yeah.
yeah,
Yeah. Long.
so he was doing some investing, and I'll tie this back. This will go full circle. I promise. Okay, he was doing a video about he was doing some investigating on this guy, very similar to the Miko situation, right? This guy presenting the scam console. And so
Yes.
you know,
Miko
he got
tacos.
doxxed by this guy. This guy looks like Ron Jeremy.
Oh,
Okay, you know the star guy. He looks like, and
one
he's
story.
trying to sell the scam console. And this guy, apparently he doxed Slopes, right? He doxed him. I'm trying to see. Slopes went special forces thinking he can download all that WhatsApp. Well, the thing is, he didn't. I don't think he knew. We'll get into that. I'm gonna skip just for people who don't know the story, right? So Slopes is doing an investigative piece on this Ron Jeremy crazy Tommy Tallarico like guy, and he got doxxed, right? Because he gave the guy, you know, stupidly he says it himself, he gave the guy his credit card information because he tried to buy the console to see if he could actually get it. He also joined the guy's WhatsApp group, and the guy ends up doxing him. So apparently now Slopes goes, okay, you know, I don't want to get doxxed, so you know, a burner sim and go back into the
Mhm.
WhatsApp group and basically down the entire group and what was being talked about in, or you know, everything that was being said, all the people in it, right? Now he uploaded it to Google Drive, and the next day, or not even the next day, but like he went out and Google shut down his entire account. His YouTube channel, he couldn't access his YouTube channel, his Google Drive, Google
Oh,
Music, everything Google. all was being wiped out and saying that he violated some policy and stuff, right? And he was confused, right? And so he's like going, how, what, why? And he's thinking those WhatsApp files that he uploaded because apparently, and I didn't even know this, I should have guessed this, but apparently Google does, they have like an AI that will go through your files in Google Drive. And if it detects something,
Scan your
especially
files,
if it's illegal or perceives it to be, something like, CP or whatever, right? You know what I'm talking about.
Yeah.
It will flag it and they'll actually call the police, right? And there's actually a case like this where a dad had to upload pictures of his son for the doctor to send it to the doctor because he had some disease or whatever, and it ended up triggering a federal investigation because they thought it was
Oh.
actually CP, right?
Oh.
So that's how powerful this AI stuff is, where they're scanning through everything that's in your Google Drive. Nothing is really, there's no real privacy with Google,
No. No.
right? So whatever was in, he says he now this is another thing too, because I see, no, I want to see if 50, I bet no, this is the thing, 56K. It was not X-rated or PDF stuff that was flagged, because if it was, the police would have been called. He would have been, there would have been an investigation. Like his account would, um but what he believes is that there was, you know, Nazi imagery in there that crossed the line for the, apparently based on Google's AI, and they flagged it. And because they said it was hate speech involved, but they didn't say what exactly. And which could be because based on some of the stuff people are saying about the this Tommy Tallarico figure, Ron Jeremy guy, he has what's it called? He does on cocaine, and he's like on live streams fully naked, and he's not been
Oh
flagged.
my god.
Yeah, live on YouTube right now. On YouTube, his channel, he is full frontal nudity, and
Now?
he's doing cocaine. Yeah, right now. He's not been flagged. His channel's still up. He's doing cocaine, literally snorting shit
How is that?
on stream.
How is that?
So it goes against TOS.
Goes against everything. How's
I
he
think
getting
his
away with that
channel's
shit?
below 1,000, but I don't know how he's getting away with it. And he has the
Oh,
WhatsApp group in the description. Now, I was watching, I'm kind of
that's
mixed
why.
on Some Ordinary Gamer, but he was talking about why didn't the link, the WhatsApp link get flagged? But I don't think YouTube is not gonna analyze what's in the link unless it's a website that they already deem is against TOS, and WhatsApp is not against TOS. So even if there was something incredibly suspect in that WhatsApp group, I don't think YouTube would know. YouTube, like, you know what I mean? Like YouTube,
Yeah.
like the bots that they have are not going to click the link and then go into the website. I don't think they do that. They'll flag you if, say, if you post like a porn site in and you
Yeah.
have it in your description, that will get flagged because the website is banned. You can't post porn websites or whatever YouTube deems is not appropriate. Like you can't have an OnlyFans link on YouTube,
Mm.
which technically OnlyFans is not a porn site.
No,
You
it's
don't have to
not.
have pornography on that site. So, so that's also kind of interesting. But yeah, I did feel bad for Slopes. I mean, because it's like obviously I don't, the guy's not, he's not a, a neon. He's not a pediatric. He's got a wife and stuff. Wife was upset by this because they were gonna lose all their photos. Everything's downloaded. It's like, yeah, if you have a Google account, think about it. All our shit, all our shit could just be taken away, just like that. It's not even funny. It's true. Like if you have family photos, if you got your bank statements, if you upload all your shit from your computer onto Google Drive, just think about that. Everything's just fucking gone. If they see
I know
something
about
in your folder
Mudahar.
that, yeah, I don't.
I know.
Mutahar is
Mudahar.
he'll be friendly in your chat until you become content. Yeah, I know. He's also a hypocrite and shit, but he's
You gotta
from
be
our
careful
neck
of
of
the
the
big.
woods.
Yeah, but we're not big
He's
enough to
from our
get.
neck. Yeah.
Yeah.
If I seen him
You
on
gotta
the
be careful.
street, I would say I know him though. But yeah, I
Hmm.
know he's
Oh man,
slippery guy.
blinded. I think we should. I think we need to end this. It's almost 1 o'clock where we are. We've been at 2.5 hours.
I know, but I could keep going. That slopes thing was crazy
I
though.
can't.
I was like,
I mean, I could let you keep
that
going
shit
into my
was
stream, be
insane.
up for all night, but but
Yeah,
yeah,
I mean,
man.
yeah,
Yeah. So
crazy shit
this is
though.
second day. This is the first day. This is the first episode of the debut episode of AWO, the AWO Detracts. Even though I've done this in the past, but yeah. So we're doing this again. I don't know if there's a specific day of the week. This might be just random days. The next episode will be. I'm not sure yet, but this is technically the first episode of the new show, the AWO Detracts, and this is like obviously we detract people. JesterBell, congratulations for being the first episode, the premiere episode, the pilot. And I don't know who's gonna be the second episode. It could be Grace, it could be Campia, it could be Sturgis, it could be JesterBell, it could be Eric July, it could even be my buddy Tony, just for the fun of it. Or even it could be
Mm.
you, 56K. I'm kidding. Or Red. I'm kidding.
What's
Or Cosio.
56K's Twitter? I clean my kitchen and you guys are still here. Yeah.
When's the next gaming stream? Oh, I did the gaming stream because I had nothing else to do. That's why I did it.
Mm, I will stream at some point in time, I guess.
Yeah. And we'll detract Quasium.
I'll stream. Yeah, fuck Quanzium, but actually, yeah, fuck Quanzium after. Yeah, I ain't gonna go in there. Fuck him. But what was I gonna say? I'll just stream The Last of Us, I guess, because
56
I need a
stream.
break from.
You're sub to Blinded. I know because I seen you in the
Yeah,
chat. So.
he's always in my chat. Yeah, I just need a break from Marvel Rivals,
All right, guys.
so I'll be playing The Last of Us.
The AWO and Blind and Braille are out. And
Peace, guys.
go get that oil.